All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had a great day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How you doing today?
Carlos, I am doing good. It's been an interesting day here. I went to the gym early this morning, and it was just a normal trip to the gym. But by the time I got out of the gym, the fog was so thick I couldn't even see my car in the parking lot. It's crazy.
Yeah. Wild, man, wild.
And I got a text message from the dealer. My car might finally be done. We are on day 79 today. Day 79. I might actually get my car
news.
Back.
Now that is
there
news.
You go. There you go.
Wow.
I know everybody asks me all the time, and it's like, stop asking me, man. It's like a sore point. But anyways, so we'll see. Well,
And Peter, we want to see the bill. Not see it, we want to know how much it's going to cost you.
Oh, yeah.
This has got to be... Yeah, let's get the breakdown. How many hours of labor? We're going to get the whole details on this bad boy.
Yeah,
all right.
I'm terrified to find out myself. So
they haven't told you. They just want to show you face to face. They want to probably sit you down, serve you a cup of coffee, here's some bagels. So the hit could be a lot more absorbed. That's probably what they want to do. So smart on them. Smart on them. And they also got you there so you can leave. Good. So friends, let's jump right to it. First and foremost, gappers list. Let's go straight to our gappers list, brought to you by tradingterminal.com. And that's going to be right over here. I'm just logging in. Guess I got locked out. There it is. So here is tradingterminal.com. We do have a couple of things in the green. Octo still in play this morning. This is a stock that went up 3,000%. Seems to have settled over around $45 last night. Should still be in place this morning. So just crazy. In fact, we're gonna jump to it for a second here. I mean, what was it? The stock was at opened up at $2, went as high as 85, was up over 3,000%. And then right back down to 45. Halted a couple of times on the way up there. I mean, I haven't seen like this in something like this in a very, very long time, Peter. So just insane. All right. So
why that one? You know what? You can never answer that question, right? Like it's just one of those. Every once in a while, this happens and it goes crazy, and the volume too. I mean, if you look at the volume on Octo, I actually don't even know where we ended up, but it was so high earlier. Let's see. What was the volume yesterday? Yeah, like 200 million shares. 199 million shares. So, yeah, it was like absolutely just gangbusters in play. And you never know. It could have been a one-day phenomenon. It might be in play again today. I mean, it's I don't know. I mean, the volume, we have 3 million already traded so far. Obviously, it doesn't look quite as active as yesterday, but I mean, we know we hit a high of over 80, so there's room. I mean, there's definitely room up and down. Don't forget, Friday, this was $1.45 stock, right? Like that's where it closed Friday. So anyways,
it's wild.
This is the type of one, if you're a venture capitalist and you were in it, like this is what makes your life, right? Keeps you going. But you could have lost tens of millions of dollars on other things, and then you get this one that, suddenly your $1 million investment overnight is 1,000% higher, like you're 3,000% higher. It's
life changing.
If nothing else, it sort of keeps you going. It's like when you get those, you win the $20 in the lottery, and you're like, "There's money, I can win." Anyways,
that's
what it feels like.
We'll dive into Octo and see what else is there for us, and we'll see CoreWeave and some other ones as well. We'll check all of these in just a second. Some gapping down there, not doing so hot this morning. We'll dive into those also. But first, let's take a look at our U.S. economic calendar, which is a little bit light today, Peter. Not much going on.
Yeah, pretty quiet. I mean, earlier this morning we had the NFIB Small Business Optimism. It's just a general sort of census of what small businesses are feeling, and it came in pretty much as forecast. So nothing really to report there. I got to give a shout out to one of our members in the room who let me know that we also have this quarterly employment and wages census, which it's not even on any of my tracking, pages that I go to see what's economic activity. But they say apparently there's a lot of anticipated. There might be some revisions to the census data, and therefore it's going to be more closely watched by the markets than you would otherwise expect. So again, not something that was on my radar, but now since they mentioned it, they sent me a link and I did find it, so might as well. Here, oh, I'm not even sharing a screen, but apparently this comes out every quarter, and yeah, it might be worth watching. So 10 o'clock, just it's one of those things. If you're in a trade, just if the market starts to do weird things at around 10, you might know why. because it's the census data is causing it to jump around. So that being said, there was a couple other things happening in the world that I thought I would let you know about because
Yeah.
we don't normally talk about global events. But a couple of things caught my eye that I thought I would mention, and then there was some fun stuff out there. So if you're okay, Carlos, and I can take a couple of minutes,
Yeah,
let's
absolutely, man.
let's do some interesting stuff. Oh, actually, let's focus on North America here for a second first. The other thing that I've been keeping a close eye on is the Fed anticipated rate change. We know that's coming up on the 17th, so we're in a quiet period right before that occurs. But it's interesting how sentiment is sort of waffling here. Just yesterday, we had about 10.5% of all the analysts that were thinking that we were going to get a half point rate cut. This morning, it's down to 7.9%. You can see here. This is the numbers you can see at the bottom of your screen. So it seems like we're sort of getting these. I mean, everybody now thinks there's going to be a rate cut, but it's sort of the debate between, is it going to be a quarter point, is it going to be a half point? We were moving to the half point, now people are sliding back to the quarter point. It'll be interesting to see where this goes. I think that this is going to get a little more focused because, as we know, there's been political pressure from the White House to make this rate cut for quite a while. I mean, look, most people sort of think that a rate cut probably should have happened already, but the Fed has been staunch in there, until economic conditions warrant. They believe that they're not, they haven't been given enough data to warrant a rate cut. So, right or wrong, they've made that call, and they've held fast. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens. So the other thing that I've been watching is the Bitcoin prices or cryptocurrency prices, because they haven't really been doing much in the last little while. And if you look today, we've got crypto prices here that are up slightly, 112,600 here for Bitcoin in the early trading, but it's really just up marginally from where it's been over the last few days, which, excuse me, which is well below the high price of 123,000 or so for Bitcoin. So crypto has been pretty quiet over the last week. All that being said, international news that I was going to mention. Well, the in France, the parliament was like basically a vote of non-confidence, and basically the ruling government party has collapsed. That being said, don't worry about it too much. This is the second time it's happened to Macron's government, and France. This is sort of part of their political process, right? Basically, at a vote of non-confidence, they have to sort of put in place a new interim government, and life goes on. So it's interesting. It might cause some concern in terms of money movement in Europe. How that'll affect North American stocks, tough to tell, but probably not all that much. What was interesting to me more so was that demonstrations in Nepal, and 19 people were killed in these demonstrations as tens of thousands of people took to the streets. And if you remember, Andrew was talking to us about this yesterday morning. He is on his way to Nepal right now. In fact, he's
Yeah.
probably landed already in Kathmandu, assuming that he caught his flight and it was
No,
all
he's
working to
actually
schedule.
in chat right now, Peter. He's stuck in Hong
Oh,
Kong, so he's stuck there. And I
okay.
thought
So
about
he
him too.
didn't.
When I saw that headline, I'm like, wait a minute, ain't that where
Yeah.
he's going? But
Okay.
he's in Hong
It,
Kong. He's
it
texting in chat right now, and he's in a
it's
hotel. No
exactly
flight to
where
Nepal.
he's Yeah, it's
Hmm.
exactly where he's headed to. So I guess with the delay of his flight from Vancouver to Hong Kong, he missed the connection or whatever and got stuck. Or it could be related to these. But anyways, Andrew, whatever you're doing, man, stay safe out there. I just apparently the government, and you know why? What's interesting, Carlos, is that again, 19 people are dead. Like these are pretty serious demonstrations to kill that many people, and it's over social media. It's because the government put in place a ban on social media, including Facebook and Instagram, YouTube and X. They basically banned a whole bunch of platforms, and people went crazy. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. Like, really? Like, are you willing to die over a ban on social media? I,
Yeah.
anyways, it feels
Yeah.
a little crazy, but like, I mean, that's what I mean, I guess it's that serious. So, uh,
Yeah.
in any event, it's, I hope that, anyways, they lifted the ban. The government lifted the ban in light of all these protests. And I mean, they deployed the National Guard. So the army's in the streets. It's yeah, it's a little scary. Anyway, so be
Yeah.
safe, Andrew. So normally we wouldn't talk about that type of news, but it was a little odd.
Yep.
All right, a couple other things that I thought I'll mention real quick because they're just some interesting news. There's a company called Mizo that has produced these AI driven automated fast food robots, and they basically sold out all of their robots in 1 week. They thought they had a
Wow.
6 month supply at least, and they sold them out in 1 week. Their what is it called? Their kitchen robot. It's called the Flippy Fry Station, and the Flippy Fry Station, as I said, sold out in less than a week. And here's their website. If you
The
want to see what
Flippy
it's like this,
Fry Station.
the
That's
Flippy
awesome.
Fry Station. Here's sort of a picture of it. Uh, and they're used by brands like White Castle and Jack in the Box. And look, we've all heard about the rise of the minimum wage, right? And especially in certain states in the U.S. where minimum wage rights, have been advocated to go higher. But it's caused retailers, and especially in fast food, to figure out how can we then reduce the amount of people that we need. And their fast food is, I mean, it's an obvious place, right? Like if you can cook this stuff in an automated fashion. If you ever been to Japan, I mean, you can get anything from a vending machine. They'll make you a pizza, they'll make you ice cream, all fresh out of a vending machine. So why not? You can make a burger and fries and chicken fingers and pizzas, and why not? Flip your fry station. Come into a fast food restaurant near you. So, anyways, I thought that was interesting that there seems to be a huge demand. And in AI news, there's a company that has produced the first full-length feature film that is completely AI generated. OpenAI is backing this, and it's called Critters with a Z, and apparently it's going to debut at the 2026 Cannes Film Festival. So just AI. We talk about AI. We see how chips are being bought and it's being used in different business. So AI is really coming into our lives, right? Whether it's your fast food or the movies you
Yeah.
watch, AI is here to stay, man. It's a real thing. It's happening.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Listen, I'm a fan of automation and things in positive ways. So I'm a
yeah,
fan of it. Looking forward to it. And yeah, we'll see where it
there you
goes.
go. So that's all the business related news I thought I would share with you. Hey, Carlos, if you want just one last thing, so it is
Sure.
shaping up to be a fairly quiet day. I thought this was hilarious. I just ran into another article that in Germany there was an apartment building where all the residents were getting really pissed off because late at night, like middle of the night, somebody would be ringing all their doorbells, and it was like some big apartment block, and people would ring all their doorbells, and by the time they got down there was nobody there. So it was happening so frequently over the period of a couple of weeks that they called the police, who set out a stakeout to try and figure out, because it's teenagers, they figured, right, that's ringing the doorbells, a ding dong
Yep.
ditch thing and running away.
Mm.
You know what it was? A slug. Apparently there was a
Nah.
slug that was,
Stuck
I
making its
guess
way
it went
through.
every night. It would go from wherever it was hiding out during the day, go down the doorbell panel and ring all the doorbells as it slimed its way down. So the police stakeout,
That
they've
is
arrested the
hilarious.
slug and he's now facing charges. No, anyways,
He's
it was a slug.
facing
I,
facing the salt chair, salt chair.
yeah, that's right. The salt torture. Anyways, all right,
Oh
there you
my
go. Random
goodness.
news that you didn't
All
know.
right, there you go. Random news for you, friends. You heard it here first, hopefully.
Yeah.
All right. All right, guys, let's go. TradingTerminal.com. Tons of stuff there. A lot happening, as Peter said, around the world. A lot of conflicts, and again, doesn't affect our markets too much, but it's good to know what's happening out there, right? And see what's moving around the world. Here's CWD, which we were looking at earlier. It's the first one on the list this morning. Andrew already in this. He was in at 26 for the breakout. Took some partials into 36, and he might be all out by now. But there it is. Another one, Peter,
Wow.
flying 1,700%.
Look.
Caliber Coals. Do we have any news behind this one today?
Absolutely, and it's the same story as we saw on Octo. Very similar. Anyways, this is a company called Caliber Co's. Anyways, they completed a purchase of a company called Chainlink. They purchased Chainlink tokens. Well, it was not a company. But anyways, why? Because it's a big part of their digital asset treasury strategy. Look, I am not a fan of these long term, but in the short term, these companies are benefiting, right? I mean, this thing's up 2,000%. It just hit $45. $46. I mean, it's moving that fast. Sorry, $49, $54. I swear to God, this is the prices as we're watching it. Like, this is
Yeah.
crazy. So, and this is another stock. Yesterday, it was a $2.15 stock. So it's now up 2,300%. And yeah, it's crazy. So look, there's trading opportunities. I can't deny that. Does it make sense long term? I'm still skeptical, but in the short term, I am absolutely wrong, and don't listen to me. So it seems to be making people money.
Yep, absolutely. In play today, guys. I have it on my list. Again, risky. Got to be careful. We saw Octo yesterday, how mad it was here. And again, we'll see what it does today. So already you're seeing a little bit of volume, but just be careful with these low flow stocks. Next on our gappers list, the gap up list, it's we're looking at TRML. So this one here, it doesn't look great. Looks like some kind of bio. Big pop up to 47. It looks like 66, and then since then hasn't really done much. So again, doesn't look tradable. Looks like some kind of bio, Peter, on this one.
Absolutely. Good guess. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Novartis is going to be buying this company. Looks like it's about a $1.4 billion deal, buying them out at $48 a share. So, like we've seen so many times, the price usually goes and then hangs out just below the acquisition price. So here we are, 47.66. Price is not likely to move.
Yeah. Not looking good there. Next one is going to be NBIS. Oh, this is Nebius making some really good headlines today, Peter. They got some really positive news today.
Nebius Software Group. Yeah, they've been on our list a few times. So it looks like so this is a company that was in the news before because Nvidia had put some money behind them and had invested in them. However, the news today is that Nvidia investment is paying off as they've now signed an AI cloud computing deal with Microsoft. So another big name for Nebius. And it's always good when you get to play with the big boys, right? So it's a big deal for them. It's estimated to be worth about $19.4 billion. But, you know, this is a long-term deal, right? It's not like they're getting that money all together. This is a deal that's going to run through 2031. So we're looking at roughly a 6-year deal. And but still, you know, 17 to 19 billion dollars. That's not bad. It looks like it'll be, you know, $3 billion a year or so worth of services that Microsoft is going to be buying from Nebius.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty nice for them. So they are in play. Normally I
Absolutely.
wouldn't watch a ticker like this one, but today I think I'm gonna add it to the list, even
Yeah.
on the secondary. Actually, no, put it in the main list. It is in play today. Let's see how the market open treats this one. Again, that is a big, big deal for them. Here's let's take a look at Andrew's trade. So Andrew traded today. So far this morning, he's sitting in some hotel in Hong Kong, kind of stuck. And let's take a look at it, the trade he did here. If I can get the screen to come up on a CWD. So, how come my screen's not coming up? Here's some weird. Oh, that's not good.
Crazy
Everything
people.
went. Well, what is going on? Everything went black
Crazy
now.
stuff.
Ah,
Well,
okay, there it
Carlos
is.
is looking to get that screen just on Nebius, guys. This is a big
Yeah,
deal, by the way. I'm just looking at
it
the
is.
data. This is a company that has a $15 billion market cap, and last year did about $240 million of sales.
Yeah,
So if this is a $3 billion a year deal with Nebius, that literally is going to, you know, explode their business to, you know, like it's 10 times the current value of all of their other business. So
yeah,
yeah, it's a huge deal for Nebula. So even though it's up
yeah.
50%, Carlos, it might deserve to be on your primary list because this probably has room to go higher.
I did put it on the primary list because I remember they were talking about it, and again, they did mention how big of a deal this was for the company. So here it is, friends. Here is Andrew Stray on CWD this morning. Got in for the breakout 28. Look at the partials. He didn't get filled at 54. I'm
Wow.
not sure what the price is now, but look, can you see that? And I've been in situations like that too, where the line goes through it, but that just means the ask.
Yeah.
In this case, would have been the bid didn't hit his price tag. So or orders in front of him got it first and then the price moved before that. So it could be either one of those.
Right.
But yeah, look at that, man. So yeah, but nice trade for a Andrew to start the day this morning so far. All right, let's take a look. Let's continue here. Next on the list, NBIS gonna be on my list. Zone is next and up 53%. What's up with the gap ups today? Another 50% up this morning, 9.8 million shares traded. This is Clean Core Solutions, Peter. Float on this bad boy is going to be 1.3. So again, on the lower side, what's the latest and greatest? Daily looks a little bit messy, but what's going on today?
You know, the news is getting boring on these companies. You could probably guess then, based on my attitude, what's going on here. Clean Core, which is a pollution treatment and control system, that's not what they're doing. They're investing in Doge. They've got a treasury strategy. They're going to collect Doge and look to make money off of it. And I mean, their stock is seeing benefit, I guess. But they've bought $68 million worth of Dogecoin, and
Hmm.
anyways, I still don't get it. I'll admit. Look, it's making money. The stock's going up. Life is good until it's not.
Yeah,
I am convinced these things are going to crash, but I have no idea how high they're going to go before now. In fact, it's probably a good thing. The higher they go, hey, the more I can take advantage of them on the short side. It's going to
yeah,
happen. I am I am 100% convinced. I could be 100% wrong, but again, it doesn't mean that they won't go stratospheric between now and then. And clearly they are, right? We got CWD, we got Zone, we got Octo from yesterday, we got all the other ones from before. Like it's happening. People
yeah,
are, you know, finding value in it. Apparently, this is the latest greatest trend, Carlos. We were looking for the next big thing. All right, we had the AI trend, we had quantum. I feel like right now this is the fad. You just need to say, you know, you just need to say you're investing in a treasury strategy with some cryptocurrency and you're off to the races.
yeah. We've seen a few
Especially
of
if you're a
those.
company,
They're
by the
happening a lot
way.
more often now too. Yeah,
Yeah. It's especially good if you're a relatively small company with almost no revenue. Like they only had $2 million worth of sales. And so, you know, so where did they get $68 million to invest in this? I don't know, but they've bought, you know, 285 million Dogecoins.
yeah, yeah. How well these guys are going to trade, I am not sure. I'm going to keep them off. I don't like their pre-market action. I don't like their daily right now. So we'll keep them off. I know they're up 47%, 9.9 million shares traded. No question they are in play. I'm just going to keep them off my list just for now. All right, heading back to tradingterminal.com, friends, you can get these scanners and more text tools for traders, for active traders. Let's take a look at this one, TESCK. These guys also have a nice major deal as well. So here they are up 17%, 2.3 million shares traded. And I think there's with another Canadian company, or this is the Canadian company that they're merging with, Peter. But one of the biggest deals, like in the decade or something like that, when it comes to mining. It's pretty big
Uh,
stuff here.
um, I don't know. I don't know if it's one of the biggest ones, but it is a pretty big deal. And they've been Tech Resources has sort of been on the block for a while. In fact, they had previous offers from BHP, a company I used to work with when I was in Australia, BHP Billiton. They had made a $49 billion offer last year and was not accepted. But in this case, it looks like they will accept the offer that they've got from Anglo American for $53 billion. And it is a pretty big merger. I mean, this is a um, copper mining is what they do. Anglo American jointly have worked on a number of mines in Chile, so they've got experience working together. Yeah, Tech probably not going to trade all that well, though.
Yeah, this one doesn't really have the action. Great news for both of these tickers. Both companies are really happy, seems like, because they're both gapping up. Usually one gaps down, the other one gaps up. They're both up this morning. They're doing pretty well. So, all right, let's continue here. Again, tradable wise, though, tradability, I don't think it's going to be great on it. I ran up 11% this morning, 1.8 million shares traded. I like the daily. Normally, I don't like this stock. I think there's better stuff out there at times. But today, this daily looks like it wants to break out here. If we can get going after the market open, if we get the volume, Peter, any specific news to them, or do you, and if you like them this morning?
I don't really see much. They appointed a new CFO, which is good for them. But yeah, I mean, this stock seems to get on the list quite often. They trade decent volume, quite frequently. I've never really watched it though. I have to admit. So it's
Yeah,
buyer beware, I guess.
yeah, and you know what happens is usually when they're trading well, there's even something else in their same sector that looks much better, right? And that's usually what we end up going with. So again, I think they got a good daily here. Pre-market action is all right. We'll have to see how the market open treats them. Would I add them to my list? No, not gonna add them to the list. So if you guys see something there, let me know. QMMM. I don't think I ever seen this ticker before. We are up here this morning, 19% almost, 330,000 shares traded, as high as 17, as low as 11, hanging out at 13 today. Peter, you can see the daily here, just some really weird moves. But again, never heard of the company before. I'm concerned with how clean this thing is going to trade. The lack of volume is also concerning. I don't like it. Any thoughts on it?
I don't really like it either. It's yeah, it's like a holding company, an advertising agency out of Hong Kong. They had a public offering, a secondary offering, so I'm surprised to see them gapping up because that's normally news that gaps them down. But it's just a sort of questionable business that, and the trading volume doesn't look good. Hey, when you've got a CWD or a zone, why the heck would you want to trade this?
That's very
Or
true.
NBIS for that matter.
Very
Yeah.
true. Very true. All right, so let's see. Yeah, so let's take a look here. ASST, one that we are very familiar with. So ASST doesn't look great today. I mean, I know it's up 8%, but for some reason, this pre-market looks so choppy, hard to borrow. I'm not a fan of this, man. So I'm gonna skip it. I hope there's better things to look at on this list and also on the gap down, but this is not gonna be it, Peter.
Yeah, let's see. They apparently their board voted for declared effective by U securities. Something about a merger anyways. Writer of digital marketing content announced the company's registration statement on S-form related to the previously proposed merger. So I guess they have submitted formal papers to merge with a another company called Strive. So yeah, not good trading news.
Yeah, we'll leave that alone. All right, there's a bunch of other stuff on here. I see Core Weave, which again yesterday was somewhat being active. I think they're moving up also on some of the deals that are happening with other tickers that is kind of their counterpart, but it's good for their overall sector and business. So they're up as well on that. So here's CRWV, which can trade very well. This morning, 1.4 million shares traded, up 8.1. And I like CoreWeave. I don't trade as much as I like them, but I like to watch them. Peter, what's your thoughts on these guys today?
Yeah, I mean, so many people mentioned it in the chat room. I admit I haven't spent a lot of time studying their price action, but I'm thinking that maybe I should, just because it keeps getting into the conversation. If you look at the volume on the daily that you've got there, I mean, look how the volume sort of increased towards the beginning of August, and it's held it. So yeah, we're trading average volumes that are a lot higher than we were in July and earlier. So I think it might be worth putting a little bit of a closer eye to it. It is sketchy. Like if you look sort of the way the price moved yesterday, it had a good open, but after the open, it doesn't it's not as good as a lot of the other stuff that I tend to watch. So
Yeah, yep, agreed. Again, I'm gonna put it on here. Might not stay in my main list, but does look interesting here, especially when we're getting this little breakout in the pre-market session, up 8%, good volume. Let's see what it does. All right, let's stop here. Peter, anything else you like off the gap of this list from Trading Terminal, or anything else that you have on deck this morning?
our usuals: Nvidia, AMD, Tesla, PLTR, all gapping up. Pick whichever one you want. I like it. So I like all of them. Just don't know which ones are going to do anything exciting, but we got to keep an eye and figure them out. So that's about
Yeah.
it. Nothing special.
Yep. The best one I like out of all of those right now is Tesla. The other ones, like you said, we just gotta wait and see. You know you're gonna get something. It's just which one's going to be the best one when the market open, right? So I'll add Tesla for now, but as usual, we all know we love looking at Nvidia, looking at other ones if they do get going, especially POTR as well. So we'll see. We'll have them on here, maybe on a secondary, but right now keep them off and we'll be aware of them. Let's see what's gapping down this morning. What is not doing so hot? Let's look at the first couple. CNM, down 17%, 246,000 shares traded. Large flow at 189 million shares flow. So you can see here the big drop happening this morning. Typically, the stock, if you look at the daily, doesn't move, doesn't trade very well, doesn't get a lot of volume. Today, they're obviously not feeling so hot, Peter. Big drop for them. Not sure what the news is, but probably not going to be tradable given the ticker's information here.
Yeah, Core and Main, interesting company name. Anyways, Core and Main. It looks like they had earnings. I haven't really been watching any of the earnings because we're largely out of that process. But yeah, their sales were a lot lower than analysts had anticipated.
All right, yeah, not really tradable. We'll move on to the next one. ONDS, we've seen it plenty of times on our list. Today they're down 13%, not almost 9 million shares traded. You can see the drop here happening this morning. I don't know. It is in play. If you like this one, if you have traded it in the past, I think today is one of there could be one of their most active days. This pre-market action does have a lot of volume, Peter. And the daily looks like it's ready to lose some ground here. So what's the news? Anything exciting?
Ondas, no, it's a secondary offering. They're offering another $200 million worth of stock, so 40 million shares at $5 a piece. Um, yeah, doesn't create tradable opportunities usually.
Yeah, that's not gonna be good. All right. Let's do two more of our gap down. PL. Wow, these tickers I really never like heard of. So PL was active yesterday. You can see here went up from 7 to about 9 today, pulling back a little bit down 13%. Let's look at that action. When did that take place? Oh, it's just right at the market open. Yeah, we didn't get no alerts for this, but right at the market open, this thing took off from 7 to 9 and just kind of hung out here. But again, second day play, how well it's going to be, I'm not sure. Typically, not something we look at. Planet Labs, PCB,
Planet
PBC.
Labs, yeah.
Yeah.
Aerospace and defense company, they had earnings yesterday, and it was, good earnings, raised their guidance, which is why it popped up. And then they very quickly took advantage of that and now proposed a secondary offering to raise another $300 million, issuing, I don't know how many shares it is, but they're trying to raise 300 million. So that's why it's gapping back down here. So yeah, I think probably the fun's over. If, we missed it yesterday. If it even was, I don't know. What did the price action look like yesterday? Probably not as fun as, well, actually, it doesn't look bad.
Yeah, actually, I'm surprised how well it
Yeah.
took off here at the market open. Again, low volume looks like,
It's
but it did something. Yeah.
probably didn't make our list and our radar yesterday because I imagine it didn't have the ATR that we would have needed.
Yep.
Its ATR is going to be affected. Yeah, see, it's only 58 cents even after yesterday's move. So yeah, it wouldn't have. That's the reason why. Not enough range for us to, catch it.
Yeah, agreed. All right, not a lot coming off this gap down list. NVO, I'm just gonna jump to that one, then I'll jump to you, Peter. But NVO here, oh, not Nvidia, NVO. This is one that we're very familiar with. We have traded this one in the past plenty of times, but it's been a while, and probably because we're just not getting a good volume, right? So, and there's no big news that we had like in the past on this one. So, um, they're down today, Peter, 2.2, 656,000 shares traded. Do they have any news on their drugs or their, it's the weight loss thing, right? They got going on. Anything worth watching on this that might create some movements?
Not really. I mean, there's an announcement today that they're collaborating with a company called Novonesis. I'm probably not saying that right, but anyways, they've got a research partnership to investigate a gut biome research initiative, but that doesn't seem like it's enough to move a company of this size. I think it's just sort of normal movement. We haven't heard much out of them on their drugs. We know that the weight loss drug, the Ozempic, and Ozempic related drugs are the ones that get the most focus these days. And Novo Nordisk, of course, is on the front end of that whole phenomena. I guess everybody wants to use these diabetes drugs to try and lose weight. So I don't get it myself, but it seems to be the popular thing to do.
Yep. Yep. So, all right, we'll leave this one alone, Peter. Anything else you like gapping down this morning?
I noticed that Apple, Amazon, and Google all gapping down just a little bit, not much today, but they're moving against the general trend, I would say, as the markets feel like they want to move higher. But I'm not sure if that's really significant because it's such minor movements downward. There is a sector I noticed that all the airlines are gapping lower. I'm not sure if it's because Andrew's flight was delayed and he made that happen, but all the airlines are gapping lower here this morning. So,
Mm,
um, but yeah, other than that, not much. I mean, there's random things up, random things down. It feels like another. I feel like we're in the lull. Remember how I said, a lot of people say you like to call summer over when when the sort of September hits. I
yep.
always consider this first week of September part of the summer session because we get the quiet time where you get random things that are moving. I mean, and I would call CWD and Zone and Octo all very random, but the big stuff is taking a little bit of breather. It feels at this point like we are going to be waiting until next week until we get that interest rate decision out of the Fed, but
Yep.
we'll see.
Yep.
Take it day by day, right?
Yep. Absolutely. France, let's go to you. Let's start in our chat first and see what you guys like this morning. Again, my list so far pretty light right now. MBIS, CoreWeave, Tesla, and CWD. What's going on there, by the way? I saw Jared. Jared took this trade. He's probably still in it as well. Andrew is in it now. His average is 28. He's taking a couple of partials and I'm assuming added as well because his initial entry was 26 and it might go higher. It looks like it wants to retest that 55.
It
So again,
does.
oh, look. Oh, wow. Look at that. Come on. There it is.
It is crazy.
It is insane. We'll get a fresh screen share from Andrew in a second here. But let's take a look at what you guys like this morning. What's going on here? Baba? let's take a look at Baba. All right, here it is, Baba this morning. Let's see. I know it started to look better. Yeah, see, Baba wants to be in play, guys. And I want it to be in play too. Like I like this stock. This stock. So 1.7 million shares traded. Let's see what it did yesterday. I know yesterday it also gapped up. Didn't do much though. But to not bang it up too much. A lot of stuff was tough yesterday, Peter. I mean, I had a rough time yesterday getting things to move and get continuation. It was just very, very choppy. So we'll give it the benefit of the doubt that today will be a little bit better. I am going to add it to my secondary list just in case. Because again, it's a stock that I do like to trade when it is in place. So we'll keep it on there. Let's see what else here. UNH, United Health, is one of those tickers that, again, I know they can move with some news here. 2.6 million shares traded, but they are tough to trade. I gotta tell you though, this daily looks very nice, very nice. The last couple of days, last week or two, we've been seeing some increase in volume clearly right here, and we're seeing some really nice pops here. How well they've been doing, I don't know, but when I look at this pre-market activity, I like the way this thing looks here. A little more expensive at 332 as far as the price goes, but I do like the way this is looking here. So yeah, it looks pretty good. So I'm not showing you got the right thing. Here it is. Looks really good. 332 is the price. Really, really nice. So I like this. I think I'm gonna add it to my secondary list. It got a nice break on the daily. Again, normally wouldn't be here, but on the secondary list today for UNH, today could be their day where they trade much better than usual. Octo, I'm always concerned with these second day plays, so just be very careful. This is where and again, I saw someone in chat mention that they had bought in a 60 something here, and they were asking, hey, do you think this thing is going to come back up or not? Who knows? You can be up there today. It can be testing 82. But you're in a tough situation, right? So the question was, should he sell or should he stick with it? Man, if I tell you to sell, it'll be back at 85 in like 5 minutes. If I tell you to stick with it, it'll be back to 20, and either way I lose, right? So I can't decide that for you.
We're not investment advisors. We can't tell you exactly what to do with that. You need to figure it out. But
even investment advisors can't tell you what to do with it because they have no clue. Nobody has a clue. It's tough. Tough decision.
And why go with the second day play when you can trade the CWD or zone or something like that where they're on their first day? Or CWD is the same. It's the same play, really. They're just doing it today. So
So here's CWD hitting 5606 is the high here. No volatility holds, friends. Reminder, in pre-market, so things can just go. At the market open, you do get volatility holds, and we'll probably see this one hit a few of those out of the gate. So again, just cautious. Be careful. Manage risk accordingly. I was looking at Andrew's new tray here. If I take a look here, here's the there he goes. So again, he can you guys see that good? There it is. So there it is. He took partials, added some more here, partial, and then he's waiting to get. Oh, he didn't get again. It happened to him. He didn't get filled at 52. So again, he should be filled by now once it hit 55. So again, awesome stuff. All right, friends. What else? Let's take a few more here from our YouTube chat, and then we'll head over to community events and announcements. What do we have over on YouTube? Good morning, friends. UNH, we did look at already. I got it on my secondary. Guy, thank you there. And good morning, Cool Deep. Excellent. What else? CWD we have. Okay. All right. So pretty quiet. Not a whole lot of tickers. Demi, you're giving us tech. Let's take a look at tech. Yeah, it is in play. How well it's going to trade, I don't know, right? They got great news. I think it's one of the biggest deals in mining in who knows how long, the merger. But I'm not sure about the intraday trading itself, right? So big news for them. And I forget the other name of the other company. Is Tech the Canadian company, right? I think Tech is the Canadian one.
Tech is the Canadian one. Anglo American is the other one. Yeah.
Anglo American. What's their ticker, Peter? Do we know? ANG?
I don't know if they're publicly traded.
Okay. Maybe not.
Good question. Hold on.
I thought I heard they were up today as well.
I don't think Anglo American is a publicly traded company, or at least not in the U.S. markets.
Gotcha. All right, there we go. All right, one more, last one, QS. Then we had to our community events announcement here. QS this morning. We We tried trading this yesterday. I tried trading this yesterday. It didn't go so well. I don't know today. I am not sure. They had beautiful pre-market action yesterday morning. From there, they went flat. Again, a lot of things traded like this in the market hours. We'll have to see today. They got the volume, 2.1 million shares traded. The daily looks a little bit interesting here. I am not sure. We'll have to see how it plays out. Would I have it on my list? Probably not. But if it hits our scanners, I'll be looking at that. And if you guys call it out, we will definitely hop over to it. All right, friends, let's get over to our webinars for today on this beautiful Tuesday. You can head over to bearwithtraders.com, click on webinars, and you can see what's happening for the next 2 weeks. But today we'll focus on Tuesday.
Indeed, we shall. All right, Tuesday. So that means we're looking at our strategy webinar series. And today we are going to be having, tonight actually, we got Thor who's going to be taking over and talking about how you can explore market auction theory. It's what he uses to trade every single day. And he's got a lot of people that sort of really interested in what he talks about, and for good reason, because it's a very effective strategy to face the markets. If you want to learn more about it and you're an elite member, then you can join the webinar room at 8 o'clock and take advantage of that. Over the course of the day, we have a number of other sessions, though, for our members, starting at 11 a.m. with Phil, who's going to do the small account option. Is Phil doing that? Phil's on leave, I think, for a couple of weeks, isn't he? He's probably not doing that one. I remember getting a message about that last week. Anyways, Brendan should be here. He's going to be doing his Desk Trader Pro setup. That's at noon. That's for all membership levels in the onboarding room, if you're interested in joining for that one. And then at 1 o'clock, Eamon's going to talk about opening range breakouts. Looks like he's got a session happening in the webinar room. So those are your activities for today. If you want to join the Bear Bull Trading community, then all you have to do is go to our website, oh my God, I can't say it, bearbulltraders.com. Check it out. Scroll down the page. You can see the different options, including the Elite Annual, which, Carlos, as we talk about, right, we never quite know. Is it on sale? Is it not on sale? Well, you know,
sale is off.
We told you yesterday.
If you email
you had
us,
to take advantage while you could.
Yeah, we might be able to do something new, but yeah, it's off. Like Andrew said, yesterday was going to be the end of it. But you know, if you're signing up today, you need it for today. Maybe we could do something. Send us an email. We'll take care of you.
Tell you what. You sign up today. You send Carlos and I an email. Carlos at bearbulltraders.com. Peter at bearbulltraders. We will hook you up. Right? Sign up today. Elite Annual. We'll get you that special deal because you're not going to see that price again. It was $9.99, which is deeply discounted. So, but today only.
Yeah, today. Because don't email me next week saying, "Hey, man, no. I can't do that. You know, we don't have that pool. No. We have one day. We have like 24-hour, 40 hours pool. After that, me and Peter don't got that much juice. So just you know, do it right. Do it right.
we're stretching the limits of our authority in doing this, anyways. But I think we could.
One day we could get away with it. Yeah.
We'll work on convincing Andrew that you're deserving. So today only, email us. We'll take care of it.
Good law-abiding YouTube viewer and goer will vouch for you. All right, friends, let's get some levels in place. And we'll get this party on the road. Andrew trading live from Hong Kong already, has a great trade on CWD, and Brian joining him in just a second. Yeah. They'll be trading live in chat if you want to join that. Peter showed you how you can do that. Let's get to our levels here. NBIS, we'll start there this morning. Again, I think this will be in play today. It has a really good daily. Pre-market action is active as well with 6.6 million shares traded. Plus, they have good news, right? So I think today is their day, if any. A high of the pre-market 107.75, and the low of the pre-market 91.30. So just look how massive the action is from last night and into this morning. So definitely looking forward to this one. Towards the bottom, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. And if we head over all the way to the left, is this all-time highs for them? Just really big headlines back to back. Was it Nvidia first and then Microsoft today? I mean, that's just massive. So yeah, really good headlines here. And this is your all-time highs actually. So we're in the all-time high area here. So no other levels surrounding the price action. So as far as levels, that's all you have there, my friends. Let's look at CRWV this morning. And what do we have here? We're up 6.8, 1.7 million shares traded. Towards the bottom, you have the highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. I am going to mark down the low of the pre-market at 98.48. That looks really good there. And then towards the top, we do have the high of the pre-market, not too far off, 101.48. Remember, this thing can move a lot, right? So you don't got to take a boatload of shares. You could take a decent amount. Literally, in some cases, just 50 shares can get you a really nice return. So again, think about how much you can lose first before you start deciding how much you're going to put out there, right? 101.51, 105.47 towards the top there looks really good. And then one more in case we're going to really run for the hills here. 109.30 is a good spot to have there for our good buddy Core Weave. Now, then the other one I have is Tesla. So a very short list today, but I do think as we're watching the market open, there will be other things that are going to come into play that we'll be looking at. I have the pre-market for Tesla 349.15, and then the lowest is just barely above our previous day close at 346.50. Our previous day close is just 10 cents below that at 346.40. So I'm not going to worry about that too much. I'm just going to be focusing on the previous day close. As Jared loves to call it, I think he created this term, the king of all levels, the previous day close there. So above that towards the top, 352.03, and there you have it. So I think that creates good stuff for Tesla this morning. And that's all we have. Peter, what is our team watching?
Well, our team are watching Jared starting. He's watching Tesla and CWD. Who isn't? CWD is just crazy, man. Megan's gonna be watching Hood, AMD, and UNH. Thor has got his futures contracts that he's watching. Eamon's gonna be looking at HD and mRNA. I'm gonna watch CWD, CRWV, since we've been talking about that, NBIS, and of course my usuals. Brian is going to be watching Tesla, Nvidia, NBIS, CoreWeave, and of course the market indices. Andrew, not sure if he's got good enough. Well, he's trading,
Oh,
so
yeah.
but I don't know what time he's got to go for his flight. I mean, obviously he's in Hong Kong. He's in a totally different
No,
time.
his flight is canceled. He's got a hotel there. So he's in a
Okay.
hotel. The airport where he was going to Nepal is closed. So I don't think
Okay.
he's going
Well,
anywhere. Yeah. Yeah.
okay, well that makes sense, I guess, as we talked about earlier. Unfortunately, with all these demonstrations over the ban of social media that the government has now lifted, I guess it was severe enough. I said tens of thousands of people in the streets, 19 people dead. It's exactly where he was heading to. So I guess they've now just temporarily, I trust, anyways, closed the airport. So Andrew's stuck in Hong Kong. And yeah, hopefully he stays safe and everybody stays safe. And if you're in Nepal, stay safe out there, guys. Anyways, whatever happens, Andrews looks like he'll be in the room then, able to trade with everybody this morning. He actually just posted his list. He's obviously looking at CWD, having already traded it. He's going to also look at Tesla, Nvidia, Hood, and Octo. So there you go. It's what
Yeah.
he's got. It's what he's looking at, and hopefully he's got opportunity to make some more money this morning as he's cooling his heels, I guess, waiting to see what happens. All right, guys. Whatever you do, trade smart. We've got some. Look, it's a relatively quiet day in the markets again, right? I said I expect this week to be fairly quiet, but we've got hot points. We've got these treasury stocks that seem to be getting attention and getting volume. I mean, CWD is the hot one for this morning, already up 69 million shares traded. And yeah, I mean, a stock that was $2 yesterday at the close is now trading around $46. So it's absolutely in play, but it's not
Yeah.
alone, right? We've got Octo from yesterday, we've got Zone we talked about, we've got NBIS on the news of their big contract. Again, I'll be interested to see where that one goes at the open. So we'll find out together. So we'll
Yeah.
hand you over to the room for anybody that's a member, and in the chat room on YouTube, Carlos and I will be trading with you live.
Yep, absolutely, friends. Hit that thumbs up over on YouTube, friends in chat. We'll see you guys later. Good morning, Andrew and Brian. So we'll disconnect from here. We'll continue over on YouTube. We'll switch our screens to our 1 minute, our 5 minute. And this bird is like, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it sounds like he's right at my window or something.
I can hear it.
Yeah,
It's
right.
loud.
I'm hearing through the headphones. It's that loud. And I took my headphones off, and it's pretty loud. Yeah,
He was trying to
must
get
be
your
right on the
attention.
windowsill. Yeah.
Trying to tell you.
Did he bring me
Hey,
coffee?
dude.
I want to hire some developers just like Andrew has in his office to get me coffee. I ran out of coffee this morning a little bit early. So
You
yeah,
need a coffee runner.
I know. I know. All right, let's see here. We got our 1 minute or five. Let's see here.
Can't hear Andrew. Hold on. Andrew, we can't hear you. Yes, we can hear you fine. Can't hear Andrew.
Oh, getting echo.
All right. Sorry.
Let me mute Brian. It's okay. Let me mute Brian.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. All right, friends. 4.5 or so minutes to the market open. Let me get my list here.
All right.
Yeah,
Let's
that's we
get
switch
this
everything
going
over.
here. Yep. Switch my platforms, get the things going here that I want to watch. It's always hard to figure out where these things are going.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. All right. Okay, here we go. NBIS, CRW, V. We got Tesla, and that's it. Just three. I need more on my list. Yeah, it's too little. On the main list, BABA and CWD. What else can we add here? UNH could be interesting. Um, it's a different animal to trade, but you know what? I'm gonna move UNH up. It's a nice gap up. This could be some opportunities
UNH.
here.
Mm.
Yeah, that just tells you how slim the pickings are today. I'm gonna move it up from my from my secondary list. AVGO. Oh, you guys are mentioning that one. AVGO. Let's see here. No, I don't see anything happening right now. Maybe at the market open. I know they had the big news. They gapped up. They held their gains, and they're still doing pretty good there. But I'm gonna keep it off for now. Let's see here. Andrews wins 16,000 on his CWV trade. I think he's still in. He still has not much, 200 shares left, which is smart because once we start struggling like it is right now, right? Once you start
Yeah.
struggling like this, you don't want to hold it through the market
But,
open either. If
well,
it's
I
not,
mean,
if you don't have a good cushion,
right.
you know.
You need
So
the cushion, right? Like you
yeah, you need
need
the
that
cushion.
range between. So, because this thing could be back at his, what is Andrew's average price? $28 now. So it could
Yeah,
be back there before you know it, or it could pop up to 80, right? Like
yeah,
you just never know on
yeah.
these things. Like you said, Carlos, you got to think about how much you're willing to lose, because it's high risk, high reward
Yeah,
type of trade.
yep, exactly. Um, Day one, no, he did not miss his flight. His there's with the issues with Nepal and the prime minister and the riots and all that stuff going on. His
Yeah.
airport is closed, right, in Nepal, so he is stuck in his connection point in Hong Kong. So I mean, part of me is happy he was not there when this thing broke out. Right, you don't want to be in a place like that when
No
something like
kidding.
that's
Yeah.
breaking out, right? So I'm glad that he's in Hong
Yeah.
Kong, safe, and doesn't have to worry about being there and dealing with that, right? So.
I've never been in the middle of a riot, and I don't think I want to. So
Nah, it's got to be
it's
pretty scary stuff, man. You know, so
yeah.
what? No parts to that. Mm. All right, pretty light list for me today. So I'm gonna take it easy, see where the action is happening, where the volume is.
Last minute, 1 minute till the open. My alarm just went off.
Right, getting all set here. Boom. Mehdi, good morning. Joy, good morning to you. Mastermind, welcome. Good to have you guys here. Friends, hit that thumbs up. Did we hit 400 yet? That's our usually our goal. Once we do that, we're pretty happy. So let me just check here our YouTube. And I did hit the like button this morning. I did it. I did it right away. So
That's that's
I'm
good.
practicing what I preach here. So yeah, help us get to 400. 400 is our goal. Once we get there, we're pretty happy. I think that's usually a pretty good number with 1,100 people
Okay,
watching.
market's
So
about
thank
to
you guys.
open.
Yeah, let's go.
Here's the bell.
All right, Baba doing his thing. MBIS or weave. Okay, we'll see what the action is this morning. All right,
Wow,
CWD. What's
Tesla.
that doing?
Tesla got a little bit of a pop.
Yeah, yeah. Like like the way Tesla's moving here. Like the way that's
Wow,
place.
Tesla
Oof.
up, Tesla
Wow,
down.
that is some
All
very
right.
active move. Oh, look at the sell-off. 350, the high of that candle. 350.20
Mm-hmm.
down to 347. So
NBIS pulling down here off the open.
see what we got. All right, NVIS
Oh
doing some
no. No,
stuff
no, no,
here.
no, no, no.
What did you do? Or
Nvidia. I
what
was
did you
looking at
not do?
Nvidia for a short, but I wanted it to. I was hoping it would come back and sort of test the VWAP. It's early for
Mm-hmm.
the VWAP to provide resistance, but it's already pushing down. I don't want to chase this thing. What's happening? What's the market doing?
Right. Wow, Tesla right back up above the VWAP. Um, hoping for a nice day. This could be a nice 1 minute engulfing here on Tesla. That's the 1 minute ORB I like to trade. The 1 minute engulfing. I think it's probably the cleanest and best one, right? The continuation is tough. Like let's say this thing would open up here, you try to take it short. That's a hard trade. But the engulfing pattern like this, that's really, really nice. AMD. Even the 5 minute on Tesla looks interesting, man. The way this thing is, the high and the low, and just the body's forming right now. It'd be exciting here. Come on, Tesla, wait for me. A few more seconds. Go back and let's get a nice breakout if we can. PTR, same thing, right? This 1 minute RB engulfing. I gotta trade that more often. I mean, it goes against my 3 minute rule, but here it is again. This 1 minute engulfing pattern is really strong, guys. So PTR did it. Tesla's trying to do it here. Let's see if it can hold. If it consolidates here a little bit, it might be a good one for a 5 minute RB as well. I like the setup right above the VWAP here. It might not. It might not give us 5 minutes. I might need to act a little bit quicker on this thing. All right, 10 seconds for this candle here. You made 141 bucks on CWD. That's a win. That's a big win in a stock like that. Did you have a heart
All right,
attack?
I've gone short Nvidia at the VWAP and
Nice.
actually got in just above VWAP, setting my
Oh, it's
stop to
good.
break even. Took a quick partial. I think I'm sharing my screen with you, Carlos. But you can see
Yes,
again,
yep.
I don't take a lot of risk on these trades. I want to see a low of day, and I'd love if Nvidia would go red, but took some early money off just to put some in the bank and Now we'll hang on here and see what we can get.
Yep.
Come on, drop, drop. NVIDIA's getting support here, so that's not good. I might get stopped out pretty quickly. Let's see.
All right. Tesla's pulling back. All right. So I'm looking at Tesla for a 5-minute RB. If we can show strength again above 349.15, which I think we are. Okay. So I'm long Tesla for
Oh,
a 5-minute ORB. Want to
oh,
get
and you're
towards the
long
high of the day
Tesla.
here. Yeah. Let's see if
Oh,
this thing.
I just got stopped out.
NVIDIA. Um, Walden, yeah, I'm with you, man. You can easily take tons of shares, but it's do you want to lose? Do you want to risk not lose because you don't know if you're gonna lose or win? Do you want to risk all that money in a matter of seconds? Right? That's the thing with these low flow stocks. You got to be so careful with. But yeah, I get it, man. Trading 40 shares, making a couple of bucks quickly is the way to go here. So if you do want to trade those tickers. All right, Tesla's going against me here. My stop is slightly below the VWAP, 348.20, because we do need to give it space. We don't want to get stopped out by just testing the VWAP here. I always tell people, always give yourself a little bit of room. So if you want to stop out the previous day close, give yourself a little bit of room because stocks, they love to come retest things and then make the move, right? So just take a little bit less shares or just calculate your risk a little bit different. CWD halted to the downside, guys. What did it do? Let's take a look. CWD. Oh yeah. Ooh, yes. Halted to the downside here. Not looking so hot at the moment.
Ugh.
Um,
All right, I got stopped out on Nvidia. Unfortunately, it
ah,
didn't drop for me.
yep, yep.
So
Here's CWD. I am long Tesla. We need this thing hopefully above the VWAP. Let's see if we can get a breakout um, on it. And was
yeah,
it 76?
CWD. And Andrew made the
Yeah,
right
this
call,
is.
I guess, to get out when he did.
Oh yeah.
So
Yep, yep,
it
yep.
definitely didn't pop up, like you said, halted to the downside, which is never good. Oh, look at Nvidia. Nvidia decided it wanted to go higher. High of day now.
All right, let's go. Tesla doing some stuff. Very nice. Octo also halted. Okay, so it's a low flow fund over. What's going on with the low flow stocks?
Oh,
What's
look
happening
at
here?
Nvidia.
Here we go. Here we go. All right, so Tesla's struggling. I want Tesla to just. I'm in Tesla long. I want the high of the day, but it is giving us a real hard time here. Back to the VWAP again. We need some buyers to come in here and push this thing higher. All right, so CWD and Octo both. Look at Baba. Oh man, Baba, what's the play today? My good buddy's coming back into play. Baba, beautiful 5-minute ORB here on Baba. Just look at this pullback above the VWAP. That is nice. This is your 5-minute range right there. Come on, Tesla. You gonna let Baba do you like that? You gonna let Baba? Come on, man. What are you doing? Wow. Well, look at you struggling here. So 348 at 20. So keep in mind, right? So this is my stop here. You got to be careful because sometimes I'll say, okay, my stop is the V up, and I've done this before. Where since I do a mental stop, then I'll get out here, but the V up has been moving higher. So, your
Right.
risk is still the same. So don't get confused by the V up moving higher that you now got to get out at 348.50, right? You got a little more room from your original stop. So,
Yeah, it's
um,
always good when the VWAP actually goes
yeah.
above your targeted stop price. So.
Right, right. So hopefully I can continue to get that 9 moving average going higher. Um, high of the day will be at 1R. So I would love to take a partial there if we can. Let's see. Now back to Baba here. Look at that move. That is a dollar plus right there on Baba. Wow. Should have had it on my main list. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. POTR was another one that was also very active. So let's take a look at POTR. What did it end up doing here? Yeah, another one as well. Beautiful 1 minute ORB here. And not so much the 5 minute. Been a little bit tougher because you're popped up pretty good here. But nice 1 minute ORB there on POTR. So AMD's running, Peter. No love for AMD. I see you traded Nvidia.
Yeah, I
For
tried to
AMD.
take a short on Nvidia, but Nvidia
Hmm.
looks like it's just going to be choppy here. But yeah,
Yeah.
AMD actually had a good move higher. I know that Brian in the chat room was watching that. Open.
Yes.
Or he was
Yes.
watching it. I don't
Yes.
know if he actually got a trade on it, but
Yeah. And Tesla is just chopping. Look how messy this 1 minute is right now. Right. I mean, we're still in a good situation. If we can continue to just keep these moving averages going higher and just keep bouncing off of that, we're okay. But man, it is real messy right now. And we were struggling to make a new high as well, which I do not like. So a lot of signs here showing me that this thing might be heading the other direction. Might be bailing on it before I even get to my stop here. Stop is 320, 348.20, but I might be jumping out of this thing
mm.
because we're just not up. Actually, it's going to hit my stop. Never mind. 348.20. Wow, 28. Survive? Nope, we're out. Okay, so we're out. That is sucks. Man, Tesla, you let Baba do you like
Yeah.
this, man. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Um, So big drop for Tesla there. POTR at VWAP. Let's take a look here. Uh, for a short VWAP breakdown, possibly. What is the SPY doing? Yeah, so this spike here is what got us out on Tesla, right? This drop here dropped a lot of things and it just recovered. So we'll have to see what it does here. And we're seeing that POTR also show some weakness. I don't know if I trust this for a short though. I don't know. So if we were to do this, here's our breakthrough candles. Here's our pullback. Still got like 23 seconds for the next candle here. It does look weak, huh? Tesla. Wow, PTR is trading so clean. All right, so here's where we should be. Our pullback or confirmation, but still pulling back here. No numbers today. What numbers? What numbers are you waiting for? Okay, PLTR. PLTR is pulling back a lot. Yeah, this is not good now. If it would have pulled back here and then you kind of get the next candle pushing down, maybe. If this closes below the VWAP, maybe that's another good sign too. If it closes below the VWAP, that means the selling pressure is on. But you look at this 5 minute candle, this thing looks like a long to me on a 5 minute. It looks like it wants to go the other way on the bigger time frame. So tough play here.
Yeah.
Tough play. I wouldn't
I'm
I,
I'm
I
short
wouldn't take a
biased
short.
on Nvidia, but
You
it's
are?
got a lot of support at 168.93. So I was watching it get all the support. So that's
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking that I'm wrong.
Mm.
It's getting too much support there. And sure enough, here it is bouncing
Oh,
back up again.
I missed
That's
I
why you got
missed
to
a
watch the
re-entry
level
here.
two.
Yeah,
Right? Oh, on Nvidia,
on
on
Tesla.
Tesla, I mean.
Tesla. Yeah, I
Yeah.
it's back up. if it gets lower, I want a better entry. I want a better entry on this thing for a 5 minute break. Um, okay, so that's good. We got a nice pullback. Can we get more? A little more here.
Minutes.
Okay, I really like Tesla for a long, right? Okay, I'm gonna go Tesla long. I'm probably gonna regret this, but I like the setup here. I wanted to get lower. I wanted to get a better entry, 349, maybe even lower. Let's see. I like it here for a long. I was concerned we're not gonna get any lower than that. So let's see. So back in on Tesla. What did POTR end up doing? Ah, I knew it. See, POTR was a long. So glad that it entered that short. I was very close to it. This is why, again, you got to follow the plan, right? We knew that if this thing did not come back below the VWAP and then the confirmation candle, you're not taking this short. And glad we didn't. Look how beautiful that long is right there. All right, let's see if Tesla can deliver. We're long in Tesla. And Andrew took POTR long. Should have went long with him. I should have took this long with Andrew. Look at it here. He's long off the VWAP. Great call. Partialed already. And now it's just got to hold here. It's got to hold the VWAP and get towards the high of the day. But this 5 minute buying pressure, look at this buying pressure. That's a lot of buying pressure there, man. Just above the VWAP like that. Yeah, you don't go short on that. So, cool. Filled again there on his trade. Mike in chat. Meta's approaching big seller and Apple approaching big buyer. Nice. Meta is one of those stocks you just can't take your eyes off. You know, it's just you gotta watch it. It's not gonna give you anything pre-market. It's not gonna, have a lot of bells and whistles and everything, but it's just
There we go.
Does trade very well.
There we go. All right.
Talk to me.
So
Talk to me. What you
I
do
went
here?
short. I went short on AMD because it had that big rise up. You can see here's my
Yep.
short, and I just took a partial. Oh, and now we're getting another good move. Let me take more off here. So another good trade here. It's working out for me.
Yep. Yep. Andrew.
I
You say Andrew looks
didn't end
stressed?
up
No,
getting
he
that
doesn't
big
look
of a
stressed.
size on this, unfortunately, but
Yep. Someone said Andrew
yeah.
looks stressed in the chat. No, I don't think he looks stressed at all, man. This is a face of a happy person. This is a
Yeah.
face of a relaxed, happy person. He doesn't seem stressed at all to me. It looks good. I mean, probably he's probably tired from all the travel and different time zones. What time is in Hong Kong? I don't even know. But other than that, that doesn't look stressed to me. Not now, David.
No.
No, he looks fine to me. All right, Peter. So
All right.
you're in what trade now?
AMD short. I
AMD short.
just took another partial here, as you can see.
Awesome. Come on,
So
Tess. Let's make all our money back. Every single penny. That's revenge trade. I'm kidding. It's not a
there we
revenge
go.
trade. It's a very, very well calculated trade that we did here. So I'm just kidding about that. We are long Tesla. Here's the high of the day. I want to take a partial here, but I think there's more to come. I want to be patient with the partial here because I think there's more upside to this. And Peter, your trade's working out pretty nice as well.
Yep. Looking great.
Next level on Tesla I have is 352. We're not going to get there right away. It's going to take a while. But 352 is what I have on here. We could just get a nice pattern going.
There it is.
Will be awesome.
There we go. Beautiful.
Great stuff, man.
Taking another partial here.
Here we go.
So, yeah, just
Can you zoom in a little bit? Right there. Yeah, perfect. That looks awesome.
Yeah, you can
Look
see
good,
what
right?
I'm doing here.
Yeah.
Trading this thing short.
Very nice, man. Guys, give a
So,
thumbs up for Peter trading the open. We turned Peter into an opening
well,
trader. Peter didn't trade
So
the
I
open. Peter used to come here, have coffee, look at Andrew and Brian and just laugh and make comments. Now we made him
I
make
don't.
money at the open. Like, that's awesome.
I don't take well, I don't take a lot of trades, but this is why you guys see, like, right?
Yeah.
I rock a pretty high success rate because I
Yeah.
don't take many trades, so
Right. Right.
so
Partial here, guys, on Tesla. So nice break towards the high here. So again, gave us a hard time the first time. Back in it once we went above the VWAP, and now we're partially towards the top. So let's see if we can get
oh,
a
I knew
continuation
it. I
here.
knew it in Nvidia too. I was waiting for that drop on Nvidia, but
Yep.
AMD looked like a better opportunity, so I jumped into AMD short. But yeah, Nvidia I noticed made the let's see, what would I have done here? Oh, that would have been tough because it spiked
Yeah.
high before it dropped. Yeah. Anyway,
A couple of good trades. So nice trade by PLTR by Thor and Brian. Excellent. I also saw Andrew traded PLTR, which again I was thinking short and glad I didn't. And it became a great long. So good stuff.
it so Petter, you're asking what my success rate is. It depends over what period you measure it. If you look, I think over the course of this year, like 2025, I'm sitting around 72%. But over the last month, because I was just looking at this on the weekend, I'm about 78%. So I'm always in
Hmm.
that range, somewhere between 70 and 80%. So that's good, right? Because I mean, I know basically, sort of three out of every four trades are generally going to work for me. So,
Oh, that's interesting.
uh, all
My
right.
camera
And AMD
froze.
still chugging here. So I want to get back to the price we opened at, if we could. Was down 152. If we can get right down to 152, I'll take another partial.
Very nice.
It's my target anyways. Come on. I might take one a little early if it just holds here. Come on, but let's go. Now we're getting a little bit more of a drop.
Something happened where I lost my camera.
No, I'm gonna take a partial here. Okay. Looking great. Looking great. See, the markets are just sort of moving
Devin,
sideways
excellent,
here.
excellent trade, excellent trade. Um, all right, friends. How you guys doing in
Whoa.
chat?
So interesting new user. New user, you're saying you have a 90% winning rate, but your losers are way bigger than your winners. I mean,
Hmm.
I mean, I'm sure as you could tell, that clearly is a problem, right? 90% win rate is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
That is almost unbelievably good. But yeah, there's obviously something wrong with the way you've decided to implement your trade management, or the way that you're executing your trade management if your losers are so much bigger. So it's yeah, it's definitely something to look at.
Yep.
What did I see in a short for this Octade? I saw basically what happened is AMD, you can see how it spiked to the high here. And then I saw the hesitation and the order book reversed, right? I watched level two, especially at the open. And what I was seeing in level two is this data, right? All of this stuff. And what I saw was that all the orders that were on the ask previously for the high of day, the big orders disappeared. And I saw a few orders on the downside. So it just looked weak in the short term. It was admittedly a momentum type play, so I just took that momentum opportunity, put my stop right at the high of day, and took the short, and that's why I was able to take a partial where I did, and you know, take it here. So it was a very momentum based. I just saw that momentum reverse, right? The top side orders disappeared, some downside orders appeared. I was really playing it for this move to VWAP, and everything beyond this is really bonus. So,
Nice, nice, nice.
all right, so. I don't understand why my DOS does this. Carlos, I don't, I was mentioning this before, and other people said they had the same problem. If
Mm-hmm.
I click on something, I can't put it back at the top of any screen. It drives me crazy here. I don't know why. Anyways,
What do you mean?
very
Do it again?
strange idiosyncrasy. Well, you can't really see it on the screen you're sharing, but I
Oh,
get
okay.
these gaps at the top where I can't seem to reset any window to be right at the top of the screen anymore. It's
Gotcha, gotcha.
anyway,
Yep,
never mind.
yep,
Minor problem.
yep.
All right,
All right.
we'll see what happens.
Tesla's
I
failing
might
here,
actually,
so
if
I'm
AMD
gonna
pulls back to if
jump
AMD
out
pulls
of
back to
Tesla.
VWAP, that might not be a bad thing because if it can falter there again, I might be able to add to my trade and then get the move down to previous day close. So we'll see. The SPY has gone red. The Qs are just above the yesterday's close. So a weakening market is good for my trade. So that's what I'm hoping for.
Da, 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 dum. Hmm. All right, yep. Not sure what's going on here, but yeah, all my connections besides my mic froze. Everything's frozen.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I it's weird because it's got to be the capture card is having some problems because that's where my camera and my screen share is connected to, but everything is yeah, can't move it, but mic. So very interesting. I think it's time to upgrade this stuff, man. I think it's time to upgrade systems. All right, Tesla. I'm past my break-even point. You can't see it because everything's frozen here, but I am
Hmm.
for doodling around with this crap. So I am uh
Oh man.
took a
Spike up on
partial.
the
Yeah,
spike up on the Qs and the SPY. That's
nice. Hopefully this helps my trade. But yeah,
not good for
still in
me,
it.
but
Oh, you're short, right? Yeah, not good for you.
yeah. Tesla doesn't seem to be following the
Ah,
market here today,
Tesla's
Carlos.
doing his own thing, man. So bad today.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm glad I took a partial when it got up there. Actually, let me change my screen because nothing happening here. It's frozen. Let's get to your screen. Um,
Okay. Hmm.
but yeah, Tesla not playing nice today.
Sorry to hear
Um,
that.
all right, we'll stop out on Tesla here.
Juan Cruz Red, hello. I no, Marco Sim. I am not shorting Tesla. I am short AMD, and I think Carlos was long on Tesla.
Yeah,
He's trying to
long
get his
Tesla.
system.
Buffed the
Yeah.
VWAP. We took a partial
Yeah.
towards 350, and we're stopped out now. So
Now at 10 o'clock, we have this sort of pseudo data that's coming out, the census data, the employment and census data that not something I normally watch. In fact, it's not even tracked on my economic calendars, but we'll have to see if the market reacts. There's expected to be a restatement of employment data, which I don't know what that means, to be honest, but uh,
I think that they're revising the jobs number or something, right?
yeah,
Or
basically.
is this the new
So
number that Trump wants? You like the first number?
I don't
Remember, he
know.
fired the guy, right?
I'm
He
not
fired the
sure.
guy. He fired the
He
guy that
did.
was
Yeah.
that reported
I
the
think it was I
numbers.
think it was a woman, but
A
the
woman,
person
okay,
in
whoever it
charge, yeah.
was, fire
Yeah.
someone. I
Fired
guess
them,
the
yeah.
new guy needs to revise the numbers to make him look good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what they're trying to do
I don't
here.
know. I'm not sure because really all this is supposed to be is this is actually just an amalgamation of previously released county data from across the US. So
Okay.
it shouldn't be anything new, but who knows nowadays, right? Like what's going on? So
Yeah.
um,
Yep.
In any event, it's we'll see. We'll have to see because I don't have a line on what the data is going to look like and what it means. So I don't have a number to give you guys, but when it comes out, I'm sure somebody out there will. We'll see if the market reacts. Really, that's what we just need to watch. Watch the
Yeah,
market indexes, watch the Qs and the SPY, and see if they do anything.
yeah, yeah.
So,
Is that at 10, Peter? Yeah, 10. There it is.
10 o'clock, yeah, is when
10
it's supposed to
o'clock.
come
Yep.
out. So I am. We're watching that. Uh,
All right, here it is, 10 o'clock.
yeah,
Long
SPY
Tesla
is
Class
popping
C,
up.
nice.
Oh, we got the market is popping here, so that's I guess that's good.
Yep, let's see if it holds. But yes, SPY is pushing higher, should help some long positions. Let's see.
You know what? I'm adding to my short trade. It moves my break even down a lot lower here, but still above the
Yep.
VWAP. So I'm hoping this add will give me an opportunity to add to my trade. So
Wow, beautiful turnaround on Tesla up
there we
here
go.
off the
There we
VWAP.
go.
Things
Nice.
are dropping, Peter.
Nice.
Should be looking
There we
really
go.
good right now.
Come
Yeah.
on. Get some instant gratification from the ad here.
Yes.
So
Good job, man. Great decision
come
to
on.
add there. That was clutch.
Don't pop back though. Come on, let's go lower.
Yep.
Should have
Yep.
taken
Let's
some
get
off
that.
when we popped down so quickly, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Hopefully,
coming right
hopefully got a
back though.
leg. Got another
We'll
leg
see.
down
Yeah,
here.
I got in just at the right time when the market had dropped, which forced things down. So we'll see what
Yeah.
happens.
Mm.
All right, looks like some others have access to this. Let's see what happened. Payroll revision is, I don't know what this means, to be honest. Okay, so unfortunately, I didn't take advantage of the ad when I had the chance. Now it's back up
Yeah.
above where my ad is. Hopefully, it doesn't stop me out, but if it does, so be it. Uh, so they've revised the job numbers lower, it looks like. I don't really know what this means. Huh.
I think not even the market knows what it means. You look at the SPY,
Yeah,
like, okay, what do we
no,
do with this? Do we go up,
yeah,
down?
no, exactly.
Even
That's
the
what it feels
market's
like.
lost with
Yeah.
this data. Um, Here it is. PLTR continues to drop here. Tesla bouncing off the VWAP. I mean, off the previous day
Yeah.
close at the moment. So you're seeing that there.
We're back down here, so I might get an up. Here we go. This is looking a lot better.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm gonna take the opportunity now to take that partial. So that's good. Get a
Good job,
little
Peter.
value out of the
Nice.
ad that I put in there.
Nice.
Oh, is it not? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Let's get now again 152 below 152. That would be a good sign for a sell-off. The close, what was yesterday's close? 151.41. So yeah, that'd be a great opportunity
So
if we could move down there.
I think we're deciding to sell off. The market decided to sell off, I guess. Look at
Yeah.
CoreWeave. Big drop off the VWAP
Oh,
here.
I see that.
Tesla's going red.
We're getting very bouncy here on things. Now AMD looks like it's just following along with the market, so it's lost some of its independence here.
I just saw the CWD. Oh man, down at 17.
Yeah, see,
Ouch.
it's
Ouch, ouch,
yeah,
ouch. Ah,
yeah.
yeah, I
What's
can only
Octo doing?
imagine how many people are getting
Is it-
hurt here. That's just
Yeah,
crazy.
that's the problem,
So,
right? There's a lot of money to be made, but also money to be lost. So Octo's down
oh,
at $40.
yeah, yep.
So, yeah,
This came down pretty fast, man. It's hanging out at 50 pretty well. This came down really fast to 17. Um,
yeah.
what was the news? Brett is asking. I even forgot what the news was. We're so caught up with how up this was over 1,000% in the pre-market. Still up 720. What
Yeah.
was the news on this
Which
thing,
one are we
Peter?
talking about?
CWD.
Oh, it's another one of these treasury strategies.
Mm,
They yeah, they're basically stockpiling cryptocurrency, and
yep,
it seems to be what these link they decided to go with chain link tokens, which is not,
yep.
I don't know what chain link is, but that's what they've decided to stockpile, and yeah, it's got them popping. Well, had them popping, like you said. Now
Yeah, you
it's
had them. Yeah, they're still up
easy.
720%.
Yeah, but
But yeah, given
but
how
it's
high they
it's not
were,
up the
it's
3,000% it was
right, right.
pre-market. So wow, and then AMD popped right back here following the market, which is now a little choppy and poppy. Hopefully,
Yeah,
if I could just stay in this, I think the market sort of feels weak here. So hopefully I can stick in this trade. Hey,
it
like it's been a good
does. It
trade
does
for
feel on
me.
the
So,
weaker side today.
but but you never know, right? You never know where we're gonna go. So. NVIS. Yeah, NVIS has sold off since the open here. So I
Hmm.
thought there might be more upside on this news. It's pretty big news for the company, this giant deal that they've got with Microsoft. Um, but yeah, it seems to be just selling off since the open. Would have been a good short if you were willing to take that risk.
Yeah, yep.
WD Andrews asking you after the float. What is the float on CWD? CWD float is, oh my God, 1.6 million. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tiny.
Yeah.
Some
So,
places
well,
have it less than a million. So yeah, it's
yeah,
pretty small.
it's pretty small, whatever it is. AMD is moving back on me here. Again, if it stops me out, I'm just going to let it, as per my usual strategy. Uh-oh, Andrew wants to go long AMD. That's not good.
That's a sign.
Yeah, that's not good. Not good for me,
Uh,
anyways.
that's the Andrew indicator.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh
Which means I'm
man.
definitely not adding into this. I'm just going to sit in it. We'll see what
Should
happens.
watch. Yeah, yeah. Yes, right. The Andrew indicator. All right, friends. CRWV coming up above the VWAP. And now things are kind of rebounding a little bit here. So let's see if they get anything going. Man, Baba was good today. Baba was really nice. So got to watch it closely tomorrow. See if it's gonna get back into our good uh into good trading like it has been in the past. CRWD above the VWAP. Spy. What's the spy doing here?
Are your screens still frozen there,
Yeah,
Carlos?
yeah. It's my screen is frozen. Look at Tesla.
Wow.
It's just stuck there. But I think it's the capture card because my camera also I got a four HDMI capture card, so the camera goes in there, the screen goes in there, and it's just not. Now it all stopped together. I have no idea why.
Mm.
So we're just frozen here. Everything but the mic. Mic is working. So
Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, like when you're streaming like that, I know it's like you don't want to start messing with things because you don't
Oh
want
yeah, I mean, I know if I restart it will work, but yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I don't want the whole stream to
to.
come down because I'm here messing around.
All right. All right, I just got stopped out on the rest of my AMD trade, so I'm out of that.
Okay.
But still, two two green trades this morning for me, so it's not so bad.
New user,
So
when is your Lambo going to be delivered? You've been waiting for 2 weeks. Yeah, yeah. Lambo. Let's see here. CoreWeave is making a nice break above the VWAP. Pulling back here. Let's see if it can hold above the VWAP. Let's see if it can get back up there. Could be a good opportunity. Not saying I'm gonna jump in on this, but could be a good opportunity if it sets up nicely. Oh yeah, it looks good. Okay, I'm gonna take a risky trade here. So I am long CRWV. I know you guys can't see this, but we're long CRWV 101.48. And let's see if we can get a pop here. So long CRWV. And let's see if we can take advantage of this upwards momentum we're getting here. Andrew did trade TQQQ when
you did.
long. Yeah,
Yep.
93.30-ish. Partial already towards 93.60 and has added as well. So he's long there, taking advantage of this bounce we're getting on the market here. So we got a drop and then things will start to bounce back again. AMD. Let me see. AMD confirmation candle. So you had this, yeah, you had this couple of breakout candles above the VWAP. You're getting some kind of pullback now. It's not the cleanest VWAP breakout, but I think given how the market is trading now, this can end up working out because things are just look at the SPY pushing higher. I think a lot of these tickers are going to just follow
Yeah.
suit. Tesla trying to get to the VWAP as well. Last SPY wants to go. TQQ is going for Andrew. AMD's pulling back, but again, I think it has potential to really get going here. Okay, all right. CRWV. Let's see if we can get the breakout on it. Looks like it's happening. Well, trying to have. It's not happening. It's trying. Still struggling. CWD 50% discount. It's not the way to think about that, but I do like your your thought process. So CWD is at a 50% discount from the market over. So if you thought it was good long at the open, you're saying is
Let's put.
at a discount now.
Yeah, I
uh,
don't know about that. Let's put
risky, risky.
CoreWeave since you're watching that, Carlos. Let me put this on the screen so you guys can
Yeah, I'm in on CoreWeave
look at
now,
that.
and we're just struggling to get above this 101.51. So I got a level there that we're trying to break. This is pre-market high, pre-market high. So see if we get the push. PLTR. Let's see, PLTR. See you guys calling that out. Take a look at it here. Oh yeah, nice, nice, nice move up
Yeah.
on PLTR. Man, Core is a stock that you really can't take your eyes off of it. Like the spread it's not bad, but it does jump up to like, you know, 10, 15 cents. Then it drops down. It's just like the action on this thing is wild. So again, very careful on this trade. If you're trading CoreWeave, and we know this because we've seen how CoreWeave trades in the past, it can be a tough one. So okay, here we are. Okay, CoreWeave is doing its thing. Good. Getting ready to take a partial on CoreWeave, so I want to see if we can get to 102. Um, but 101.70 here is just having a really hard time. Yeah, this is not good. Selling pressure is way too much.
Yeah. It's not, things aren't cooperating with you this morning, Carlos.
Yeah, it's really not. Like it's trying to go, but it's just the selling pressure keeps pushing it down here. And if you look at the price tag, like the way it's moving, it's just not clean. Like compared to other stuff that we love to look at. And I know this about CoreWeave, and I still traded it because we've seen the stock plenty of times before. But I think part of it is you don't watch it as closely until you're actually in a trade.
Yeah.
When you're in a trade is when you really focus on every move that it's making here. So um, I'm gonna jump out just below here at break even because good choice, because it is dropping. Yeah. So didn't wait for my stop. I'm like, you know what? It's taking way too long. So we got out basically at break even here. Um,
Well, we'll see what happens. It's again, I'm not seeing any trades in the immediate term.
um, yep, yep. So far, friends, 299 likes is what I see. Thank you so much for everybody that's supported with the likes. Appreciate you. 400 is our goal, so we're almost there. Just 100 more, and then we'll get to our nice goal for today. So I'm out of CRWB at break even here. Um, and I might be happy with that decision. If we lose VWAP, yeah, we are gonna lose VWAP. Oh, yeah, look at that. Just took too long.
Yeah,
Took
yeah,
way too
no, it's
long to
good,
get going.
good
Yeah.
decision to get out, Carlos, because it saved you that the bigger
Oh yeah.
loss. So
Look at that drop there.
AMD is really stuck in a range here. If I look at that, it's just moving sideways ever since my exit. So
Yeah.
not going anywhere. Andrew's trading TQQQ, and I think he might be out because he got in somewhere around here.
Mm-hmm.
Got advantage of some of the rise, and now it's come back down. Where is he? He's not sharing it. So good thing Andrew got out where he did on CWD. That
Yep.
one is not doing so well here this morning.
I think this
It's
also.
CWD is $20 now. It went down as low as 16,
Yep.
15, in fact, 15.50. Yikes. It's amazing, eh? When you look at the range in this little move here, it's like $5 right in here,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
This thing was $50 at the open. It's, less than it's 40% of that right now. So
Mm. All right. Let's see what we got here.
Oh,
NBIS. Yeah, I see you guys are looking at that one. Yeah, it does look like it wants to
I
reverse,
don't.
but
I don't
I'm not a
know.
good reversal trader, so I'm not
There's
sure.
no. We've got declining volume, right? Look at this downward
Yeah.
slope on the volume here. That worries me. That I mean, yes, it could bounce back, but it's not a strong enough move that I would personally be jumping into it. So,
Yep.
but I'm overly cautious. That's how I keep my win rate so high.
Yeah. Seems like it wants to bounce. But again, just be careful here. Oh man, look at CoreWeave, guys. Oh, this was such a good call. Look at this thing.
Wow.
Wow,
Look at that
wow, wow,
sell
wow.
off.
Yeah, yep.
Uh, well, and Carlos, it's a lesson that we've talked about many times, haven't we? That you just don't want to be stubborn, right? Like
Right, right.
being stubborn in trading is dangerous because that's what can lead to, hanging on to things long past the time you should.
Yep.
You can always get back in, don't, if the trade is failing to do what you want, then sometimes it's just not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easy to say in hindsight. I mean, it's always tougher to do it, but.
All right. Man, guys, I don't see anything. MVIS continues to trying to get 89 now. So if you took that reversal, if you got a good entry, 87, 87-ish, all right, below 87.50, you're looking pretty good here. If you took it earlier, if you got a good risk reward, because um, this might hit the VWAP, and that's at least one to, I would say, four, depending where you got in. Risking one to make four. So good job if you took that. So a lot of you guys talking about it. Did you guys take it? I know Mastermind, you were still holding NBIS. So good for you. Walden is not holding it, or you are, maybe. My good buddy Mojito, what he said here. He FOMO one most trades I took. I'm not mad about the loss, just the strategy didn't work out. That's it. Yeah.
There
That's
you
the
go.
way to
That's the
do
right
it.
attitude.
Mm-hmm. All right, it's the way to do it. Um, MVI's trying to get 89. Even even the other screens are right. Today you guys are just gonna have to trust me when it comes to the giveaway because I can't even share that.
Huh.
So
Oh
just
yeah.
trust me. I'm not cheating you.
Well, we're gonna have to trust you, Carlos. I think we
we'll
can do
we'll
that.
we'll
I think
run
we can
the
trust you.
night
I trust you
Nightbot
anyways.
and Nightbot and
But
we'll do that. So 5 giveaway today, guys, on Andrew's book.
actually, do you want me to
Yeah,
run it?
actually you could. Yes,
I
run it.
could. I
Yeah, yeah.
could. Hold on a sec here. Let's
Oh, the giveaway does print to the chat. I didn't even know that. It does. Oh, that's good. Nightbot does that. I never noticed it. So Biz is
yeah, it
running it.
does. It actually posts it right into the chat
Oh,
there. So it's I assume
okay.
I can
Good.
run it.
Good.
Yeah, I should be able to. I can just use well, we're not doing it right away, right? So
No, we're not doing that. We're doing it
yeah, good.
a little bit
Don't guys,
later.
you don't have to do the hashtag yet. Don't get
I
too
could, I could,
excited.
I could picture someone being in like their kitchen
Yeah.
and just hearing giveaway,
Right.
just running over to type hashtag BBT. Yeah, I can see that right now. Please don't slip on the kitchen
Well,
floor while you're trying to run back and hit hashtag BBT. We don't need that.
when you were off, Carlos, I was I was actually changing the hashtag just to keep people on their toes.
Oh, very nice.
So
Good.
so I was like, making up new hashtags. So that way you gotta wait. You gotta wait till I tell you what it is, because it might be something completely different.
There you
So
go. There you
yeah,
go.
yeah.
All right. Tesla down. United Health actually popped up here. Not much volume. POTR was it's breaking out here. it made you wait a little bit. It did do a nice VWAP breakout, but then it consolidated right above the breakout, and now you're getting
Yeah.
the actual breakout. So if you were patient, if you had a good entry, you could have survived this one. But it's not an easy day, guys. Not an easy day. Peter, you had a great trend on AMD, right? Short. Um,
AMD, yeah. I had this AMD short and well, closer to the open, I tried a NVIDIA short. You can see I
yep.
was clearly early on that, got a partial and then a stop out. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
stuck to my approach and ended up getting a pretty decent trade. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. For me, just two trades, three trades actually. Two on Tesla, one loss and one win with a small partial. And then the other was a break even on CRWV. So not not much happening. So still red for the day, but not bad as yesterday. Yesterday we had two full stop outs on yesterday. So let's see what we get today. Oh shit, I forgot to take a screenshot of yesterday's trades. That's one thing I do not like about DAS is they don't keep the triangles. So like if you want to go back at a certain date, you can't see I can't see the triangles for yesterday, right? Because I forgot to take a screenshot of the trades. Got to do that. Wow, UNH might be going towards the high of the day here. As is pushing PLTR.
Tesla back red on the day. Tesla moving a little lower here. No, it's green again.
Mm,
It's we seem to be getting into some chop here. As I said, it's fairly expected it to be a relatively quiet day. I was hoping for some moves, but AMD I'm watching. I don't know what is it back at 154.
yep.
Up here.
Mm,
Well, I'm lucky. I feel lucky to have got the trades that I did because it hasn't been all that
mhm.
easy. And CWD
Yeah,
is
yep.
open again. Trading in. Oh, I don't seem to have the there now you can see the halts. So yeah, it's I wouldn't be too disappointed, everybody, if you're having a red day. It's one of those days where it's been, not that easy. The trades haven't been that easy, as Carlos can attest to. I said I feel lucky to
Yeah.
have got the trades I did that just happened to have worked out. So it's then there are days where it's what it is.
Um, oh yes, yes, I do. I do have a giveaway. Your email, so I'll send that over to you guys today. If you want yesterday, I did some, but I didn't get to do all of them. So I'll send you guys your emails today.
Saw Brian thinks he's heading over this way.
All right. Very good.
Hopefully you can enable him with your frozen screens over there.
I know, man. What the heck?
Yeah.
Um, let's see here. Yeah, no, vMix is working. It's just my inputs to vMix that are all screwed up here. But vMix is working good. Let's see. Oh yeah, here it is. Hotkeys and everything working beautiful. Trade Canada? No, so we don't. If and you got and we have to check because in some cases, what's happening is if you win the book and you're in Canada, there tends to be like it's only available in the U.S., right? I don't know why that happens, but I see a lot of Canadian winners still redeem the
Yeah.
book. So I don't know how they're doing it. Are they
I
using a
don't know.
VPN or something, log into the US? So,
Yeah,
but yeah,
actually
this,
you could do it that way, yeah, I
yeah,
suppose.
I don't know how
So
they're
do you want to do
doing
a
it.
giveaway since we're talking about it, Carlos?
Uh, yes, is Andrew joining us,
What?
or we could do it
I
now?
don't.
No,
Brian,
I
you
don't think
here?
so. I'm
Uh,
here.
Okay,
he said he was going to
awesome.
pass out, didn't he? He hasn't slept since
Yeah, he's
yesterday.
yeah, he said he was really tired, so he
I
just
could
decided
understand.
to close it down. He had a good day.
Yeah,
All right.
Guess he made a lot of money on this CWD at
I saw
early
that.
on.
Yeah,
Right. Okay.
nice. Yeah,
So
here,
he's
let's run it now.
All right. So what do you want
wasn't too
to
motivated.
what do you want the keyword to be? We're doing
Let's do
Nepal.
Nepal.
N- Nepal. We could do that. Look at everybody. See,
Yeah,
then everybody's who's there you go. Let's do that. Hashtag Nepal, everybody. So if you're BBTing, it's not getting you anything. You got a hashtag Nepal now. Here you
here
go.
we go.
Here everybody comes. I see them. See now they're getting it. There you go. Hashtag Nepal. Here they go. Everybody's jumping in.
So I'm short the SPY right now. I think it's going to lose this level. We've been
Okay.
bouncing off this 648.50, which was pre-market low, and now we're losing it.
All right. All right, guys. Good, good. Everybody's getting their entries in. This is for audiobooks. How many do we want to do, Carlos?
Let's do five. Five. And again,
Five.
just a
All right.
reminder, this is for Andrew's new audiobook, but it's the one
Okay.
that he originally named Day Trading for a Living trade book. So the title sounds like the previous one, like the first book, but it is the new book. It's just the cover and everything was from when he decided to before he decided to change the name and the cover to trade book. Okay, so it is the new book. I sent it to you.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to cover some SPY here because it just we finally lost that level.
Oh
All right, I'm
yeah,
ready to
look at
write names
that.
when you
Look at
are.
that drop. Let's put the spy up here. Yeah, look at that. Nice
Oh,
drop there.
wow.
Good. Well done.
Wow.
All
So I
right.
kept holding that
So,
level, and I kind of felt it's going to go.
all right, we're gonna go for the first one. Carlos, you taking note of these or
Yep, I got him.
okay, all right. First winner. Here we go. Jeremy M.
Ah, good buddy,
Jeremy M.
Jeremy. Nice.
Congratulations.
I think
So
he
there's
won a
our
couple of
first winner.
times. Congrats.
Yeah, and it actually did post into the chat automatically there. So Jeremy M. So that's good. A little re-roll. Next winner, Valerie Eloy. So Valerie,
Valerie. Congrats.
winner number two. All right, winner number three, Ken Chu. Ken Chu gets an audio book of Anders' new book. So there you go.
Nice.
All right. with our fourth and penultimate winner for today, Fiero Owas. I'm not sure if I'm saying that remotely correct, but my apologies if I didn't. There you go. Number 4. And here we go. Last but not
It's
least,
covering
and
some
and
more.
Marco Sim. Now Andrew's not joining today. He needed a nap. He's been awake since he was here yesterday morning. So with the flight and everything, he's hasn't slept yet. So he's going to take a nap, a big long nap, waiting to see if the airports reopen in Nepal because he was supposed to fly into Kathmandu, but with the riots or demonstrations, they've closed the airport. It seems so. All right, last winner here. Let's roll the last one. Ryan Cooper. Congratulations, Ryan.
Congratulations,
There you go.
guys.
Demi, did you
All right.
email Carlos?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, email me,
That's the
guys.
last one.
And if you won before, I have all your names. If you haven't received a link, send me an email, carlos@bearbertraders.com. Right, and I'll get that over to you. I'm gonna type it in chat as well. Carlos@bearbertraders.com, and then I'll send
There you
you
go.
the links. Okay.
Yeah. So
Wow.
Carlos at bearbulltraders.com. Just send him an email, Demi, and everybody that won, and you can take advantage of that opportunity. Oh, the spy's still dropping. You can tell Brian likes
Wow.
it.
I know. I'm loving it. Loving
And
it.
there you go. And I see Ryan. Ryan said, "Holy smokes!" He's surprised that he won. So there you go, Ryan. We're one of our 5 winners today. Just email Carlos, and he'll hook you up with the discount code so you can download that free audiobook. So congrats to everybody that won. And yeah, look at that, Brian. You caught a
Yeah, I
hold of
know.
that
Nice, eh?
drop. Well done.
Yeah, I know. It was setting up really nicely. I love the 2-minute chart on the SPY. We kept testing that 648.50 level, which was the area I had as a pre-market low.
Yeah.
And yeah, we came back down and tested it right at 1025 again,
Yeah.
1024, and then that bounce was weak. Um, and the 9 and the 20 and the VWAP are all trending down. So I kind of thought this was going to be a good setup for that level, that failure of that level. And it's exactly what he got. As soon as we failed that level, as soon as we failed to hold there, I knew this was going to be a big flush if we didn't hold this level.
Well,
I'm going to get
you
out
got it
of
right for
pretty much
sure.
the. Oh, yeah, I'm going to get out of the rest of this trade now because we're right at yesterday's low. Probably going to bounce here. Wow.
Yeah, Brian calling the moves as they happen.
Wow.
It's brilliant.
Nice. Stoops, hope you enjoy the book. Always, we always appreciate honest reviews on Amazon when you're finished the books.
Indeed.
I've got people out
Reviews
there.
help.
I can't remember which one it was, but there was some guy who did some YouTube video and critiquing 4 or 5 books, uh, looking for the best books on swing trading, and he had mine right at the top.
There you
So,
go.
got to be doing something right.
Well, there you go. That's always good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, Brian, you
All
called the
right. Well,
bounce
you can see
too? Look at you.
yeah, you can see that on the SPY. We came right back down to previous day or yesterday's low, and we bounced here. I don't know if this
Yeah.
is going to hold, but this was basically why I exited the trade. The Yoda. I can look at EVTL. I'm still holding that one. I know it's sold off. I'm kind of choked about it, but I'm still holding it. I still think that these vertical takeoff and landing, electric vertical and takeoff landing companies are going to be the thing of the future. It's a longer term hold.
Yeah, the Jetsons, here we come.
Yeah, exactly. When you think of the traffic, and the great, gridlock and all the rest of that, and getting from New Jersey to downtown New York or to Manhattan is, such a can be so slow during, these things can be, transporting people. And EVTL and Joby are probably the two of the better ones. I think they're both very close to commercialization. They're going to be selling these things in the next couple years.
Well, Joby better be
I
because
know
they've promised
EVTL.
to do it for the Olympics, right? So,
Yeah. Yeah. And I know EVTL's got, a backlog, about 400 aircraft people have committed to buy. Yeah, that's right. Joby's going to have, these things are going to be flying around.
yeah.
What was that? What was that movie, Blade Runner? Had all those people flying through the city streets.
There's yeah, there's been a lot of them over the years that I
Yeah.
think of
Well, all of them, none of them yeah, none of them are
what
selling
was the
any, so they're not profitable, obviously.
what was the Bruce Willis movie that had he was a flying taxi driver. Um,
Um,
it was a sci-fi thing. I can't remember the name of the movie though right now.
yeah, I don't, do I hold any single
Fifth
stocks
Element,
long
The Fifth
term? It's a good
Element. It
question.
wasn't a major part of the movie, but anyways, yeah. Fifth Element.
I do have some long term holds, like I got, if you watch my swing trade videos on the weekend, I got back into UNH. Actually, is up nicely today. So, kept holding 300. I thought it was a good long term hold. But generally speaking, my portfolio that I keep a lot of my money in, there are a lot of ETFs. Yeah, I just don't want to manage. I've got sort of three different accounts. I've got a day trading account, a swing trading account, which I keep separate, and then I've got all my the money that I just keep, and I don't really pay a lot of attention to, just ETFs. And anybody who comes to me and says, what stock which stock should I buy? I just say, because they're not, a lot of people aren't, that my friends ask, what should I buy? And I just said, just tell them, buy ETFs,
Uh,
just buy something and hold. You're not going to be, you're not going to be watching these things day to day.
well, you shouldn't be. But yeah.
We were in New York a couple weeks ago, or not a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago. Probably come back there again sometime. I know Andrew wants to, now that we're sort of a client and buying their data, I think he's hoping that someday we'll get invited back to the NASDAQ, and then we'll do a bear bull trader closing bell ringing or something like that, like we did with DOS Trader in the
Yeah,
summer.
there you go. There
And
you
then,
go.
and then
That'd be good.
we'll probably have a meetup with a lot of our mods will come this time, and I'm sure we'll do a meetup at that point. But I'm thinking that's a 2026 thing for sure.
Yeah, probably. Well, you never know. I mean, there's still some year to go, but yeah.
Yeah, I think we're
It,
still early
it,
with I think the relationship
uh, okay.
with the exchanges, to be asking
Right.
them to if we can ring a bell.
Well,
So
you
we're
know,
right
with
back
Andrew, you
at
never know. It's
low.
whenever he
Yeah,
gets it in his head, right? So,
you never know.
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm on the West Coast, so New York's a 5-hour flight. I was
And a
just in
3 hour
Chicago
time
a couple of
difference.
weeks ago. Yeah, and 3-hour time difference. Boston, you know what? The interesting. Peter, have you been to Boston?
Not recently. I used to go there all the time for business, but that would be 20 years ago when they had the big dig on. That's when I was there. I think that's
Oh,
long
okay.
since been finished. But yeah.
If I could pick one city that I haven't been to in the States that I really kind of feel like is on my bucket list, it's Boston.
Mm.
I feel like I'm missing out. So we're getting a double bottom here on the SPY.
Well, with my daughter when she was in university, because she was going to University of Massachusetts, ended up in Boston. What's their sort of famous little mall that they've got there with but it's got a French name, but the Americans don't say it French. It always confuses me because
Mhm.
anybody know it? I just
Beantown.
forget what there's
I
a
know. I agree. I think I've heard nothing but good things about Boston. Kind of cool. It's got a lot of history.
Mhm.
Ah, shit. I should have taken this double bottom on the SPY.
Yeah, it's a good
Wow.
little bounce there, actually. Look at that.
Wow. What a bounce.
Yeah. That's a
I
picture
sure would have.
perfect one too.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Perfect double bottom. Peter, did you? I was thinking about you this morning when with
Oh,
PLTR. We kind of double top, or I was saying this is a mountain pass.
I
So I
didn't. It's a
thought
little
this would have
early
been a
for
good
that.
setup for you on PLTR.
Yeah,
Take, see that double top?
I see it. It's a little early for me to take that type of trade
Yeah.
in the morning, but I mean, I took something similar, I guess, because if you look at AMD here, I did take a short on AMD, which essentially is the same type of double top,
Oh yeah,
and
there you
got a
go.
good short
Yeah.
trade on it. So I guess I was thinking along the same lines, just was looking at a different stock.
Yeah.
I didn't take it as a double top, really. I really took it based on the level two, what I was seeing on the momentum on the level two, but uh, either way,
This
right?
was
Works out.
I know Thor is probably going to talk about this trade. Is it Fanuel? Look at they've got Pierre's thinking it's Fanuel Hall Market. Carlos, you're going to have to tell me how to because I should give away a few books on as well here. You have to tell me how to do that because I couldn't figure that out. We can give away a few of my books too.
There you go. I know that he got a bunch of codes from Andrews, so I'll have to figure out. I mean, I don't know if Carlos, if you know how you got
Yeah,
them or how he set them up, but there's got to
I
be
was I was looking at them. I couldn't figure. It didn't really wasn't obvious.
right.
Oh, okay. So he got some codes, eh? I'll go back and look at it today. So let's see what the SPY does on this pullback now, where we may yeah, there we go. Getting a bit of a bounce after that significant drop and double bottom.
Yeah, we really missed an opportunity on that. Well, that's
Yeah,
too bad.
well, I'm happy with catching that drop. I'm kind of like you, Peter. I kind of favor the shorts because they tend
Mm,
to move faster.
Yeah.
As they say, the bulls take the stairs up and the bears take the window down.
The window down, yeah. It used to be the elevator
The
down, but
elevator.
yes, it's or if
Yeah,
you really want to be a little darker, it's the elevator,
morbid.
yeah. Or it's the window, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a strange day. I mean, if you've been able to catch a nice move on these, but it's really been some of these trades here today, but it's been pretty erratic. I mean,
Yeah.
we had a drop right at the open on the cues. We're 15 minutes in, and it's turned around. V reversal went right back up to high of the day, and then V reversal. These V reversals are tough to trade. This was the first really nice setup with a double bottom here on the indexes anyway.
Hmm.
So we may on the SPY. That's I was a little bit concerned about going long there because it feels like we might go back and test the low of day again here on the Qs and the SPY. What's the name of what book? Matt, what were you asking?
Yeah, it depends what everybody's got a book. Andrews or Brian's? Well, and they both have multiples. So
Yeah, we have multiple books. My book's How to Swing Trade. I have a second book which is a little more in depth about this position in swing trading called Profiting as an Active Trader, and my third book is Trading How to Trade Options. And Andrew's book is um, what is it? What's his book name again? I know I've downloaded it.
so if I don't have my Kindle here to tell you.
Yeah, yeah, I don't have it. I'm sure
Here,
I'll
I'll
be able
tell
to
you what
figure it out.
I'll tell you what the new one is.
If you just search on YouTube, just search Brian Pesum,
Huh. Here you
um,
go. How
you'll
Trade book:
find.
How to build a complete trading system. It's-
Yeah, there you go.
I can give you the link, but it'll be a Canadian link, so I don't know if it'll work for everybody. But
There we go.
here it is.
We got a link right there.
Yeah,
Team Bearable
there you
Traders.
go.
You can see it, new book by Andrew
Thank.
and Kreda. There's your
There you
link.
go.
Yeah, but as far as my weekend swing trade videos, you just search me on YouTube. Um, one video a week. If you want, actually, you can sign up for the letter that goes with that video. There's a link in the letter. You just go to Bearable Traders, go to our education center, and just go right to the bottom, and there'll be a place for you to sign up. Then you'll get a letter, which is just a short synopsis of what the video covers and a link to the video. And promise we don't use your email to spam you. You'll get one email from us a week with that letter and link. Usually comes on a Sunday. So we're making a bit of a new high here after this pullback. I would say next target for this move is back to 648.50, which is where we broke down from on the SPY. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Yasmin. PEZIM. Okay, so we're on the SPY. We're coming up to this area where we broke down from. Yeah, this would have been a really nice double bottom reversal here. Just a classic. So change in sentiment on the markets again. Coincidentally, this area is also very close to the VWAP now. So I'm gonna try a bit of a short on this, just a small short. I'm gonna short the SPY using the options. So I got in at 58 cents here on 648 puts. Just see if it gets above the VWAP, I'll just stop out. But I am trading against the trend here.
Well, hopefully it works for you. Let's see what we got. Get the whoops. Oh, you're looking for a VWAP bounce, are you?
I'm looking
Okay.
for a VWAP rejection, basically. Let's see if we get it. It is rejecting here. There we go. I'm gonna cover some. I'm just scalping here at 70
Phone
cents.
call.
69 cents filled. There we go.
Right. Get a little bit of
That
immediate
was
drop.
predictable. I am mostly out of this trade. I'll stop out at break even on the rest. And we'll see if, but I kind of feel like the trend has changed on the SPY. This is just a pullback for for a, maybe for a bounce higher here.
Yeah. Nice. Nicely done. Once again,
Yeah,
just
it was,
just
that lined
picking
up
off those
nicely.
picking off those entries.
Yeah, there we go. Here we go. We'll just cover some more here at 72 cents, 73 cents. This is at the 9 EMA on the 2-minute chart. We may bounce here. If we don't, the 20 is just below it.
ELNC.
I use when you're just scalping these. I'm just using the the zero DTEs. So these were obviously September 9th.
What the
Yeah, see, it's
Thor?
bouncing back up here.
What What they don't. I know. What don't they want me to know? I don't
What
care.
do they? What
Yeah,
they
we
don't
got
want
an
you to
Apple
know is
event. We got an Apple event today. You're right. We've got the um I don't know. I think the expectations are a little bit muted. We're going to get a thinner phone, better camera probably. Um I don't know if the thinner phone is going to mean less battery life. Uh, but focus on hardware. No better camera, battery. Okay. Usually, I just when the zero DTs, I just stick right around. You want to stick right around where the where the price is when you're trading the zero DTs. You can go out a bit, um, but you
Oh,
just don't get the
oh, here we
move.
go.
okay.
Okay, I'm going to get out of the rest of this here. Yeah, there we go. See, I knew it was kind of could have been just an ABCD pattern, or maybe not, but it's holding the 9 right now, 9 EMA, and I don't
It's
feel like I
11
have an edge
o'clock, and
anymore.
we just happen to have a big like hit of volume right at 11 o'clock. Not that there's news, but it's just wild to watch the algos work.
Yeah, Thor, I like that R4 trade, PLTR.
Yeah, made it
You
work,
bailed
right?
on me. Yeah, you bailed on me. You got me nervous there.
Oh, that's why I can hear through the other chat room. That's why
We
I have
came
an
back
echo.
up, almost retested that high of day. I was getting ready to jump out as soon as we started to push higher there.
No, yeah, and Boss Man was squeezing us, rude.
I know he
You
was.
know,
Yeah, I
I,
know.
I I
Terrible.
really feel like there should be some kind of a clause in our contracts that if Andrew goes full size while you're holding a short and you can obviously tell that it's squeezing on the tape due to his entry, that I should be able to
No,
bill him for my friggin' laws on that one, man. Like, come on.
exactly.
It's
Yeah,
hilarious.
that's funny. Yeah.
Do I have my screen share up? I'm gonna get my
Well,
screen.
as it turned out, both made money. So there you
Oh
go.
yeah, that's what
And
we
that just
do.
shows you, yeah, yeah, yeah. Just a matter of what your time is. Look at this. Damn. Now it's gonna drop. Couldn't get through the view app. Spy. All
Maybe
right,
that one
we'll leave you
last
to it there,
spike,
Thor.
eh?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
to
Have a
stop
good
me
one,
out.
Thor.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you
Okay.
very
Yep.
much.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Have a good morning.
Cheers.
What's up, everybody out there in YouTube landia? So I had a little bit of kind of a struggled morning here. It was a little weird as far as I got a short on PLTR that didn't really do too great. And then I lost an R on it. I fat fingered an entry on it, and then I got a decent profit on a short, and it just sucked. But the main thing, I tried crude, and crude just beat me up today. Look at this. We should be able. Let me try and reshare my screen real quick, because sometimes when I share and we switch over, it doesn't like it. So let me try this again. Yoink. We are now sharing again. And then hopefully, so we'll be able to oh yeah, there we go. Cool. So look at crude. Crude was an R4 narrow range. So I wanted to play out from R4 and I bought R4 and then it stopped me. I bought it again, it stopped me and I walked away from it. I just got really frustrated with it. And look at this thing going. Crude being rude. My goodness. So, but right now I'm long RTY, which I'm happy about. I ran my stop below the central pivot here, really wide stop on this one. So I need a big target on this one. And I went ahead and ran this one really nice and wide on this one. So only 2 contracts. So, and actually my original entry, the stop was actually wider than this. I actually went ahead and tightened it up. But now I think I feel pretty comfortable that this shouldn't come back below S6. So I'm going to go ahead and get my stop right in here. And if it comes back down, I'll just get out of it because this is my fund. So I'm actually having kind of not a great day. I'm a little better than break even on PLTR, and I'm actually down 2R on my main account. Yesterday, I had an amazing day. So it just kind of shows you like this isn't about winning every day or like having every single trade that you hit work. Some days are going to be frustrating. The point is on the frustrating days like today, you know what I mean? I just want to preserve capital, right? Maybe take a couple of shots on stuff that makes sense. But what I don't want to do is like switch my concept on the I don't want to start switching my mentality to like a need kind of I gotta trade, I gotta get in a trade now, I gotta do this today, I gotta make money today. It's like I've made money, you know what I mean? So it's like I don't want to like do anything dangerous today and really get things going. So anyway, hope everyone's having a great week and it's so awesome to see everybody. Make sure you please thumbs up and all of that good stuff and all that. And anything you got going on otherwise? Yeah, Tesla ended up being pretty, huh? All right. So one of the great things about traveling that I really enjoyed was actually using my iPad Pro while I was traveling and trading. Oh my gosh, it was so handy. So let's see. How does one set up shorting an IB? Really good soil. I would highly recommend actually referencing IB's FAQ page for that. You know what I mean? I think that would probably do it a little bit better. And it depends on the type of account you have. If you like, for instance, if you have a cash account, like you haven't made PDT, I don't think you can short, right? So you're gonna have to kind of look at that. All right. So Tesla was a lovely call, was a lovely R3. I didn't look at it because although it was a lower range, it was a narrow range, and I prefer not to play back in. But with the monthly R3, pairing, I really like that. That was nice. Right now, RTY is still kind of my favorite. I've had a couple of really nice trades on this ticker recently, so we'll see how it goes. But man, PLTR was beautiful today. So at least that worked, but so let's get so anyway, I'm watching now on RTY to see if we get the move we get, because it would be nice to like recover my loss that I had on RTY. But so if we get a move up here, it should be really nice. But we're having a lot of trouble. Like we had this nice buy, but then when we tried to buy again, our volume really dropped. Right. And then as we sold, if we pick up volume on the sell side here, it won't look good, but it shouldn't come back through S6. If it does, I'll just get out of it and just consider today to basically be like like a slight losing day. NQ long if we double bottom L trader, that could be a good one. So yesterday, Mohammed, I took a trade on RTY. If you go to Thor Young BBT on Instagram, you'll find that one. My phone's like over here, so I have to keep looking that direction. Let me pull this up on something different real quick, because I have to keep turning my head to read your questions, and I'm missing them. Um, almost there, almost there. Coming. Come on, out of my way. There we go. All right, I should be able to see you now better. And then we can go to live chat. I can put this here. That'll keep there. That feels better. Could I explain absorption? I'd love to explain absorption. So there's two principal ways that we can read absorption in the market. Now, some of my, so we like using VPA, or we can use like the tape or order book, right? So there's a few different ways you can read it. So basically absorption for me is anytime you're seeing effort put in, without actually having the price go anywhere. Right. So like for instance, if I see like let me maybe if I go back a little bit, Heath, and let's explain like a little bit maybe about the specialists, right? So a lot of people, right, kind of have this Wizard of Oz kind of complex with specialists, right? They really think like they're these big, magical, all-knowing beings. Like they, of course, they can do things. They can push the market around. They can move things within a degree, right? But that's because they have really big accounts and they're carrying lots of inventory, right? But the role specialist itself exists because they're allowed to hold shares without those shares being accounted for as investments, right? You don't pay specialist dividends if they're holding through quarterly, right? Their shares are there for them to exchange. Right. So what happens is when you go to place an order on the market and you say, I want to buy, you send a buy request to the specialist, right? And that specialist receives your buy request. They can make two decisions. One, they can either fulfill your buy request from their float, right? Or their personal inventory, right? Or they can go ahead and fulfill that request from the DOM, right? So what's happening here on this one is, and in this instance, right, we've gone to, if we go to the DOM, that's not absorbing, right? If we go to the DOM when they buy, right, then this shows us that they're electing to go up when buying comes in, right? But if you see a large buy request come in, like if you see a whole bunch of green flood across the tape, but the price stays stagnant, right? Or you see a big green bubble, right, on Bookmap, but we don't go up, right? Or if you see like a big red bubble, but we don't go down, right? Or you see VPA, you see like for in this instance, right? You could see with this big buy request, we really should have engulfed much further, but we didn't, right? So we kind of came back down and sold in, but when we tried to sell here, the volume was like, but this was absorbed. You know what I mean? Like this should have moved forward. So it's not surprising that this re-offered. Now, not every absorption signal means we're going to reverse, right? In this instance, this just kind of we know we have a large order here, right? We then have hit the order a couple of times, and now we're trying to buy through it, right? So, and that's kind of the generalized way to read absorption. So in VPA, it's having large volume with little price movement indicates absorption. Or on the book, it would be, or on the tape, it would be seeing like a lot of orders coming through with no price movement in the same direction of the orders, right? And then in this instance, like seeing like, so you can notice here, like the red dots are moving down, but our green dots are not moving up, right? You can see here, this green dot sideways, then two red dots sideways, green dot sideways, but then red dots down, green dot still sideways, right? So this shows as we're kind of pulling up on ES here, we're kind of absorbing a little bit, which reminded me, I wanted to look at RTY's book. All right. Can you tell how you get rid of noise like there so there's many entries on multiple stocks? So the best thing you can do, so like today, oh, hold on, I missed it. That's so true, Code there. Would an example of absorption be at ES at 1055 candle? Yes, exactly. Exactly. Right. Here's exactly kind of, this is a really nice example. A really good job, DB. So you can see here to the downside, right? Look at this one right here. Right? This is a really lovely like engulfing, right? It's got really good volume, and that's a really good gauge for what we're looking for. Now look what happens as we pull back, right? Our volume declines, right? This is a fairly good ABCD. And then as we push through, though, we can kind of give an idea that we may top a little bit here. Why? Because as we try and offer premium with all of that volume, the same volume as this candle right here almost, we not only could we not close engulfing, we actually got forced back down. That is absorption. Now notice here, when we tried again with a lot of volume, we got into this thing and it pushed us down. That's absorption. Now these aren't sell candles, right? These are buy candles that are being absorbed. But look at the response, sell. Now this response was lower volume. So it's not surprising that we're reoffering, but we're looking for sellers right now. Right now we're pushing up and we're actually hunting sellers because we're going up on low volume. This is a reoffer of this high right now. They're trying to get back up here to see if they can get whoever. There's got to be an iceberg order sitting somewhere, probably right around the open price, 65.0, you know, right in here. There's got to be an iceberg sitting here. So let's go to the ES real quick. Right, let's go over to the ES and let's take a look at ES and see if we can find them. Hold on, let me check my order. Okay, I'm still in. Good. All right, so let's look at ES here. See if we can find them. We already know what price we're looking for, right? Somewhere right around 65.02. 65.02 is right there. There they are. See them? See how they're coming off and on the book? This is someone who's front running 65. They're like right above 65.05. So anytime they come up here, there's someone that's holding extra shares that they start dumping into the buys, and that's what keeps stalling the price. But now notice what happens, though. The specialist seems very interested in going back to the price, though. They're not straining away from it. So I would say overall, this looks quite bullish, right? Even though we're getting kicked away, the specialist is still walking right back into the price. So it's pretty strong movement so far, but this is where you're going to look for a rejection. Like if you want to go long, what you want to see is this buy, this order, and then pull back so you could buy here, right? If you wanted to go short, you would see if it tried to break these orders, or if you got a big sell here and then reoffered pre-market low, then you could short using like VWAP or something. One thing I will notice is VWAP itself has started to flatten out quite a bit. And normally, like with this sell, this drawdown on this sell here, this should have pulled VWAP with it a little bit stronger. So it does seem like there was a generalized lack of selling pressure there, right? So right now we're not a short, but we are struggling to go long. You know what I'm saying? I wonder what the generalized trend is on this one. RTY is a good trender, so you can use trends with it pretty well. So I'm watching RTY right now, as you guys know, because I'm in it. So, but what I don't like right now, is it's really struggling with everything else. It's really having trouble just kind of maintaining. But look here, you can see how this was absorbed. Oh, that was good. Look at how that bounced right off of the trend line. RTY follows trends very, very well. So I've noticed lately. So, but this one, notice even there how it just bounced right off of it. So, but if this rolls over and loses trend and comes back down, it'll probably get really choppy. But with any luck, maybe we can keep pushing up. But right now, look at how the volume's dropping on these. It just seems like we're having trouble getting gas. But it's a nice play. What do you say about the social influence of selling 100 to 300 contracts in one trade? Use some, I mean, of what? What are they? Oh, sorry, hold on. I missed a couple. Upside NQ. Multiple alerts on the watch list. So all I do is I have one alert. It's just this one. So if you install Camarilla Pivot Plays indicator, and then go to and set it to watch list, and it does your entire watch list. right? Then set it to Camarilla pivot plays because we've already built in the functionality completely into the system. Go RTY. Look at the bounce right off the trend line. Wow. Haha. That's fun. I ran my stop originally right below the monthly CP. It's a little, it was a big one. Freaking like, I need to make like a couple G's on this trade to make that risk worth it. There's no way. Like, so I don't know if you got, there's a couple of channels out there that I've seen that do like what they call, they'll do like these reversal challenges where they'll load up people with like 12 contracts and like 14 contracts of like full size. And you can watch how much those people's P&L like change per like freaking handle. It's insane. Like the thought of anybody like really like doing that. I mean, if you were going to do that for the record, Yusum, why would you even do it? Right? There is a larger contract size, right? ES is an E mini, right? There is a full size S&P future that is larger than the ES, right? They could just trade that, right? So for me, it doesn't make sense. I would be like, oh yeah, I'm trading 3,000 micros. You know what I mean? Like, why would you do that? Who cares? That's stupid, right? The comms would be ridiculous. It makes it not worth it at all, right? So I don't know. You know what I mean? It's kind of silly. Let's see here. What does it mean, orders to the DOM? So, oh, absolutely. Okay. So, Rafit, how deep do you want me to go on this? Like on a scale to 1 to 10, how like do you want like the history of the DOM and like what it is? Or do you just want like the Fisher Price quick one? Like you got like 10 minutes? Let's go deep. Okay. So, story time. No, I'm kidding. So this really cool thing happened like around the turn of the prior century, right? Which was this newer, different version of an exchange occurred, right? But it was really just this big open market, right? It's this really big open market. You know, you're thinking 1800s, right? Late 1800s, early 1900s, right? Just this big, late 1800s, not early 1900s. This big open market, right? And everyone's walking everything through there in cart and buggy, and it's crowded and everything's going crazy. And it's like, whoa, we can't do this anymore, right? There's too much happening. There's too much just like bustle. There's too many people. We got we got cows walking through here. We got like all kinds of crazy stuff walking through here. Like this ain't working. You know what I mean? So they developed this concept of the pits, right? Which is basically now what people could do is they would take their livestock, their commodities, their different things, and they would keep it offsite away. And they would just come in and then they could trade using paper. And this was the first time, like, we basically started getting bids and asks, right? Which is so people would now walk into the NYSE. Well, it wasn't the NYSE at the time. It was, I forget its name, but it was just called like the New York's Commodities Exchange or something like that. Or commodities brokers. I forget. There's like 30 names that went through. Anyway, so we go back. And so now what happens is people, see you, Regilio. So now what happens is people come into the market. I've got my trade still going on over here too. So now as we're going into the market, right now people can just walk in there and they could just say, hey, I'm looking to sell something. And then the person would say, hey, I'm looking to buy it. Right. And then they could just grab it and then they could just write for it and they could take it back over to where it was and they could exchange. Boom. So easy. We now have ticketing. And it was amazing. But this started to get really noisy and really crowded too. So we ended up getting these cool things called boards, right? And so on the walls now, they started putting up, yeah, lots of videos on it, Sunita. Some of them are in the YouTube, deep in the YouTube, but in Bearable Traders, lots. So they started building up these walls, and you basically could take your little offer and you could just stick it on the wall, right? Bam. So now anyone who wanted to buy didn't have to yell, "Can I buy?" anymore. They could just walk up to it, right? And they could just look on there and say, oh, but you could actually start to see value now because people would pin their orders near each other, right, at similar prices. So you could actually walk around and kind of see there's a whole lot of people that want to sell all around the same price. And a large buyer could come in and, grab everything off the board and walk in with it, right? And say, I want to buy all of this right here, right? So it was actually a pretty cool, right? So now that actually started to become crowded, right? And then a new role was developed, right? And this new role was innately the beginning of the specialist, right? So, and that board was the beginning of the DOM, or what we call the depth of market, right? The depth of market, which is also known as the level 2, right? The order book, right, is our ability to see where all of the orders are. This right here is a visual order book, right? So I can actually see where all of the different orders across the exchanges I'm watching are being put out on the order book to the top side. So right now I'm holding a future in RTY. So I'm watching RTY's book right now, which is buying very nicely right now, and we're bringing in orders to the top side, right? So right now RTY looks like it's going up, and we're currently holding trend, right? So as for right now, I'm just holding this thing, and then what I'll do is if it really sells hard through trend, reoffers, and then makes a new low, I'll probably kill the position, right? So, but right now for me, I actually think, because our ATR high on this one is very high. Look where our ATR high is, way up at 2408. Right, so it is possible that we could run all the way back up through VWAP, and if we do that, I could make a really good amount of money on this trade, right? So, and I've got the advantage of being in incredibly near the low of day, right? So I can really sit here. So now, to continue going on that, right, is we have these specialists, right, or which they weren't called at the time, right? What they started doing is they started holding the book. So now you could actually go up to a round desk, and you could go up to him and ask, hey, what's the best value I got? And the guy would flip open his book, and he would go through there, and actually you could go through there and pick. Or you would say, hey, I need so much hog, I want to buy him at market value. He could just go through and literally just add you up enough quantity and just hand it to you. That's market value. And that's what happens right now. Anytime you want to go ahead, the entry criteria was S6. So it's a narrow range at S6, which on both ranges is a versatile play. You can play back to the inside. Having monthly CP and ATR low close to that price definitely bolstered it quite a bit. So I really like this one quite a bit now. So, and I like that we're making new highs, and this thing's really moving right now. So we'll see how it goes. As long as we don't have a really hard sell, I'm going to keep holding this one. So I'm hoping, I think I'd get the better part of $2,000 on this trade if I held it all the way back to 2 days ago's close, or that would be just a move back to the open price. You know what I mean? It wouldn't even be that. If you think about it, it would just be a mean reversion, basically. Anyway, whoo. So now the specialists are significantly more sophisticated, but that same system works, right? When I want to buy, and this is where we read absorption from, right? This is where we read absorption from, right? You can see here these big dots are moving up, and then this cell moved it down. This big dot, you can see we absorb, but now look here, even the red dot lifted here, right? That's kind of interesting. Like you can see here the red dots aren't selling. So anytime we sell, the specialist seems like they're absorbing those cells, which is kind of an indication that they're going to go up. So we have an overall otherwise bullish order book at this time. And then on top of that, it seems like anytime we see selling, the selling's not moving the price down, right? So we're absorbing selling, which means we're accumulating. So this is accumulation through here. And now they're moving up. Now, look, when we had the two cells, they really absorbed those two cells pretty well, right? And then pushed back up. So even here, again, another instance in which we could have gone down. We could have went to the DOM to sell into these buy orders, but the specialist still seems like they want to take shares, right? So, or contracts. And if the specialist is still buying, if they're absorbing, then there's no reason to expect directional change, at least not yet. right? So look at this really large order on RTY that was up here at 2384, 2384, right? That looks pretty juicy, right? So I would not be shocked to see this order go up into there. Now, that's the order I'm going to be worried about, however, right? Because this isn't the world's strongest rally. So we could just be reoffering this seller, right? So if we hit this seller and I see a really big volume spike off of S4, this is a narrow range, right? So this could easily turn into an S4, breakdown from S4, right? So if this gets all the way back, so the R6 play is a move back to S4. I'm just shooting a little further because it's a narrow range. I think we could run the whole range. But if we don't, if this runs into S4 and I get a tank of volume right here at this order and this rolls over, it'd almost be worth flipping this thing, right? So I agree, JP and ATL. So how do I get rid of the noise, Bashan? Hopefully everybody enjoyed that kind of little history there. If you did, a little thumbs up. It's had it listed as a possible play. It didn't make the right candle pattern for it to call it. So yeah. So the TV didn't call RTY. I just played it because it's in the right spot. But the play calling system requires a very specific candling pattern, and so it wasn't strong enough to call it for everyone else. Let's see here. So the important thing for me is so something I really like about Livermore, Bouchon, and others is that is the concept of naked charts. Right? They're really really like really cleaned, like leaned down chart. Like what you will notice is all I have on my chart are cams, really key levels, right? And then like VWAP sometimes, right? So here we are, we're at S4 now. Toby, I went through it right at the beginning, and I'm really not like, it was cut weird. I had a hotkey flub and a bunch of stuff. It's just ugly, man. I went through it. I don't want to dig through that trade again, man. If that's cool with you. Yeah. It might be on the new version. So because I'm on the dev version. Are you on the dev version? No, I don't really use volume profile anymore. I hate that freaking trade. PLTR was like a little, I had a hotkey hit on that one. It just looks gross. So yeah, look at this. See, right off S4, there's our S4 call. Dang. That's fun. Hold on. I actually want to kill this one. I think I'm going to see if this reoffers and I might flip short on it. In the beginning, it didn't set up. There wasn't a call and it's a narrow range. I don't play long off of S4 in narrow ranges. I would play breakdown right now if I could manage to get into it. But I'm going to miss it because for some reason I'm like not doing anything. There we go. Jeez. All right. Now we know where our stop's going to be. Did it do it to me again? Oh, it's because I put it above. That's annoying. Hold on. Wow. A little bug in TV there. If you drop it above it, it hangs, huh? All right, so we'll do it there. Actually, you know what? Yeah. Let's do it the loss of that guy right there. This will be a full loss of trend. This will still be solid money on this guy. This is RTY. And then if it reoffers R4 a little bit, I might go ahead and let's go ahead and go the other direction on this one. At the loss of trend, I'm actually going to go the other way on this one. We'll have a little fun with it and see what happens. And if this ends up, because this is a valid play here, if it comes back through this high of day, then I'll just call it and it'll be a nice day. But thanks to that cover there, I'm now like solidly green for the day. So, because I absorbed all my loss and it put me in the right spot. So I'll take one more try to see if we can turn this into a better day than that. And if we don't, then whatever. We'll just be done. Fun. That's exciting. So we were running a very, very clean trend here that I marked this trend on this pullback and we had hit it 1 time and we broke it, reoffered it, and then made the low. So I'm just not into it. It's definitely a loss of trend. So I'm good with being out of this one. And I was in a really good mark. Especially when I'm playing scalps, EA. When I'm playing scalps, I like using them. They give me a reason to get out. So on these and in this instance, like I'd love to see it reoffer and then make a new low here. That'd be sweet. But if this squeezes up, I'll just take 1 loss on it and call it a day. But I'll be happy being up green on the day. But I like the idea of playing this here with that big order up there. But we'll see what happens. I got in for the long down at S6 down here. G-Man, it takes a lot of work, man. The thing that's really hard too is the market's really good at like getting you off your feet a little bit. This morning, like I was a little off this morning, I'll be honest with you guys. Like I was in a perfect short on PLTR and then Andrew went long on it and it totally squeezed. And when it squeezed up, it got back up into an area. I went to reposition it. I stopped. That worked great. But then when I got back in, I hotkeyed it a little wrong. So then I took stop and then I tried to get back in and it finally worked. And I tried to reposition that and I was just like, man, I just screwed the whole thing up. And I was just like a little annoyed with myself because I really had like a little bit of a performance issue there because Andrew started longing against me. And I was like, oh my God, I still can't believe it still bothers me when this guy longs against me. It's so funny. But he made money and then I made money. So I mean it worked out. I just like really sucked. So I should have just like I might just have to turn off the I'm gonna have to just shut off the chat room when Andrew's totally annoying. So and then so once I kind of got away from that and I was able to do a reset, I got a really nice freaking long on RTY. But I took a beautiful longs on CL too. They just didn't work. So I made yeah, I lost 2 trades on CL and then I made a really nice target here on RTY. So that fixes everything. So and I like this idea for a short here. Because that would be pretty awesome. If we get a move back down to S6, which is totally, I mean, look at the volume here at the break and then the reoffer here and stop above high. I mean, it's pretty slick. It's a good spot. We'll see if it works. Thanks, Toby. I appreciate it. On the trading live, I'm gonna try and keep doing it as much, like this as much as I can, and keeping it going. But the good thing is like like the past like week, more setups have been happening during this time, which is great. Like I'm normally already have hit a setup, right? But for some reason today, like nothing was happening for me the whole morning. I wish I'd have just like not even done anything. You know what I mean? It's kind of silly. Anyway, it would have to like basically reclaim its trend line at this point in order to come get me. So, but if it does it, we'll just do it. And then we'll just call it a Andrew. Andrew is one of the most phenomenal traders I have ever met in my life when it just comes to raw ability to read spontaneous price action. You know what I mean? Like when this dude, like when he's reading and he sees stuff like pressing, like that's why when I'm in a position and he does it, it still gets me a little nervous. Right? It's not like the dude doesn't know what he's freaking doing. He's one of he's one of the best traders that I know. So I just don't particularly like the way he trades. It doesn't mean he's not really great at it. Right? It just doesn't fit my style. When I say I don't like it, I say it because it doesn't fit my style, not because it's not valid. Right? That's a very important distinction that I hopefully always make. You know what I mean? He's as far as momentum, scalping, and all the things that he can do, the dude is a boss. I would love to have his talent for reading and his mental ability to do it. You know, I mean, I actually kind of thought about that. I think I mentioned that last week, maybe. I was kind of thinking about that with Andrew when he does all these mountains and he climbs everything. You know, for me, it's like maybe he's like training his mental resilience when he's doing that. You know, being able to put yourself in that kind of discomfort and then push through. It's quite spectacular. Oh, our order book just shifted a little bit on RTY. Our CVD's still red. That might be good for me. We just lost topside orders. Look at that. We lost topside orders. Let's see if we get some selling as a response to that. If that's it, I'm good. Boom. Selling. Ooh, volume. Interesting. So Pretty Bird, Andrew sells pretty fast. Andrew's risk tolerance is what makes him amazing. Andrew can tolerate holding his risk, and then he's carrying enough leverage that he can partial quite fast. I mean, when you're trading the size bank account he's trading, you don't need a big move with that number of shares to make some really good money. You know, it's just kind of a different game. You know what I mean? So like, you know, and it's just kind of important to stay in tune with that. Look at that. There we go. See, hey, did everyone see that moment there where I recognized the order book shift and how and then I said watch for selling? Did everyone here notice that actually how that happened? Right? When I said, like, literally we were in there and I said, oh wow, this happened, and all of a sudden, boom, we instantly start. So keep an eye out for that kind of stuff. These are the telltale signs that you can learn to read in the market, right? To know that things like, so I don't read the tape very well, but I do read market structure very well, right? So well, exactly, EA. Andrew allows his stop to breathe a little bit. He doesn't use a hard stop. Right? So he may stop for 1R, but he may stop at 2R, 1.5R, 2.5R. Right, Andrew? But Andrew has the self-control and the composure to actually do that. Right? So Rafit, we're back to the DOM. Right? So on the depth of market or the DOM, the order structure is one of the easiest ways to judge potential movement. Right? Because what happens generically, think of the specialist as like an ATM machine, right? Specialists are, the specialist makes money off of commissions, not really on holding inventory, although they do make money on holding inventory, right? The specialists do make some money on carrying the float, but for the most part, their money comes in the comms. Right. So I do not like how this order was absorbed so much. That was a pretty good amount that was more volume than this candle. It should have pushed So don't be shocked if you see a little bit of a reoffer back up here to see if they can find some sellers. We should see a seller push from here to close this to the downside, right? If this is going to be distributionary. Just like that. There you go. So notice how it reoffered. See how that was absorbed a little bit? So my expectation would have been a reoffer to that seller, and they did, and then we sold down, right? So that's kind of what I was expecting to see there. So now what I'd like to see is them to offer the bid and see selling come at the bid as they offer the low. That would be very nice. If they start to buy up and offer premium again, not so good. But that was a really nice test candle right there. They went up and tested the seller obliged. Now they're going to test the bid. If we sell the bid, that should crack, and that should give us some nice downward movement. And then at that point, I'm getting in a really nice spot here. As far as my entry, I'm about to the point to where I feel comfortable moving to break even on this one. So since I'm trading this one on my funded, and I really don't want to go negative today, this might be the day to go ahead and say, if this reclaims these highs and comes back through, maybe I just let it go and just be happy making money today. But we'll see what happens. So yes, Atlas, Brushan, Market Atlas is on its way. We will do this. So now back to it. I want you to think of it this way. Over time, with volume, price moves to size on the order book, right? This is just like an ATM machine, right? If you have an ATM and you make money off of the cash and the exchange of the cash, not money off of the cash itself, right? Where do you want your ATM? Do you want your ATM at like a 7-Eleven out in the middle of like County Road 210 in the sticks, right? Or do you want it in the Mall of America, right? Where there's like 1 trillion people that need cash out of that machine every single day, right? You want it there. So the specialists are going to move the price to fulfill order requests. If the specialists if there's a big seller right here, the specialist is going to start absorbing sell orders down here, right? They'll start buying, and then they'll buy all the way up and buy that big order. And then they'll start selling, and they'll be carrying an incredibly good average when they do it. So, but right now, look what happens when we buy. We're not really moving, right? So it seems like as the market tries to buy, the specialist is allowing the market to buy from the specialist. We're absorbing those buys. So could be premium offering, but let's see what we'll know soon. Like we had that nice, I'm surprised we didn't move down more aggressively after that right there. I would have expected a little bit more there. So once again, don't be surprised. They're going to have to reoffer again and come back up here to see if they can engage the sellers. And if they can't, we're going to head for 2382, right? We'll come all the way back up here probably. So what we don't really want to see a lot of generalized covering coming in here and buying, because it's just going to squeeze us all the way back up. It's going to be super annoying. But I like the play. It's really good. I don't mind holding it. So it's a fun one. Thanks, Rofit. Nice, Harish. A little scalpy poo. But yeah, Market Atlas. Oh, thanks. Hey, I really appreciate that. Late. Really kind for you. I'm glad you're learning plenty. Remember, one of the things that we're trying to do here for 11 to 12 is this 11 to 12 session. I want this to be as oriented around you all and answering your questions about the fundamentals of trading, the stuff that you can only get from books and to understand and stuff like that. One of the reasons I used to do my Thursday night mentoring, and I still do it every single week in Bear Bull Traders, 8 p.m. Thursday after dark, right? We go out and we do, and it's an AMA where any member in the community can at least ask me one question a week. You know what I mean? And that's what this YouTube kind of is like, I want you to be able to come here and get everything you really need within your trading right here, and then encourage you to, develop that into your trading system through, Peak, or, come into, with a boot camp, or coming into BBT, or join us in our private mentoring. We'll try and get you there. But inevitably, if you hang around here with me on this YouTube long enough, I will teach you everything you need to know about stock trading, at least from my perspective, gladly, right? That's why I'm here. I just want you to come. I want you to like the show. maybe join garbage trucks and Lambos, and just have a good time and engaging with me. Don't forget Wednesdays, right? I got Dr. V coming in every single Wednesday. This Wednesday, I think I think we're working on doing another hot seat segment. That's either going to be this Wednesday, or I think maybe this Wednesday, Dr. V may be going over her trend lines. Because a lot of you people said you wanted a technical segment from her. So I believe tomorrow she's going to spend like 10 or 15 minutes going through her technicals and actually showing you how. So this trend line I drew on RTY, by the way, is drawn using the Dr. V method for drawing the trend line, and it works pretty. I only connected these 2 points. Everything else happened afterwards, right? So far, pretty amazing. So, what are you gonna do? So yeah, come by come by anytime and just ask anything you want. And if, and it'll be good. I was actually thinking about, what's kind of wild? You want to hear something kind of funny? Anybody got some math for me? Check this out. Everyone asks, how much time do you need to put in to really understand stock trading? All right, I started doing Thursday night mentorings in 2020, 21 maybe, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. That's 5 years. I have only missed 2 or 3 of them. So let's say we average out 50 a year, just to 50 AMAs, 1 hour AMAs every year for 5 years. I average 10 peak capital 1 hour presentations a year, and I've been doing that for 3 years. So let's give that 30. Is it 10? Yep. I average, or sorry, not 30. It's 1, 2, 1 every, so 10. It's 10. 10 BBT, it's the other one. 1, 12 then, plus 12. So you get where I'm going here, people? Hundreds, nay, bookmap presentations at bookmap, presentations for other companies, going up to work with other traders, right? Nay, 1,000 presentations, right? And that's just what I've been presenting. That doesn't even count the amount of time I put into learning the system, developing my own trading system, putting it into it. So I'm not trying to say it's a lot of work becoming a stock trader, but it's a lot of work becoming a stock trader. But I really do believe everything you need to be a stock trader, you can get right here on this channel. I really think I can, I really think between me, Dr. V, my buddy Nathan, Andrew, the other, everyone else in the community, I do think there's enough here in the BBT community, knowledge-wise, I think, to get everybody there. So, yeah. So come on by, welcome home, as we say. Come hang out with us and do our thing. I really like this RTY. Look at the selling volume there. Look at the increased volume as we made the new low. So now we're going to re-offer here again. So this is kind of like an ABCD. You know what I mean? We dropped down, we kind of did a little pullback and then sold. Now we're doing a little pullback. It's kind of like a lightning bolt pattern, we're hoping. So there's only one play that you can play on both narrow and wide ranges, and that is the S6 reversal. Right? So I played this S6 reversal because we were down near monthly CP, and I went short and threw my stop below monthly CP. And then when we got up high enough, I went ahead and pulled it in to, to my break even. And then I went ahead and then trailed the trend here. When we hit and called the short, which is beautiful, and then lost trend and reoffered, I went ahead and cut it and then flipped short and put my stop above high of day. And now I'm playing it back the other direction. So 1 ticker, 2 technically awesome plays. This one didn't call for me. I don't think it set up the candle patterning set up right or something to call for some reason. I'm not really sure why. Brez, I think, messaged me and said there was a reason. So I'm sure it's a something in my settings. Love you too, trader guy. Tom G, that's amazing. So, I mean, it's a lot. The thing that's what people don't get, like, I think a lot of us really come in. I know this happened to me. You got to remember, I started trading in like 2018. Like, I mean, that's like a long time ago now. Completely different markets and all kinds of different stuff. And I'm a sponge. Like for stuff I'm interested in, like man, I am a sponge. You would be upset to know the amount of useless knowledge that is dug into this brain. Like just thank God for once in my life my brain got interested in something that's useful. You know what I mean? I don't know. Do we have any other ADHD babies in here? That your brain has only been interested in stuff that just really just doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, and I mean, and this kind of just happens. Like, you get into video games or music, but music's hard and, or you get into all of these different things and it's like you're just kind of constantly drifting and having trouble. Like, but then eventually, but on this one, I finally, yeah, exactly. Finally hyper focused in and got into this one. And it was like, oh man, it was so good. Ooh, look at all that buying coming in there. Blech. Yeah, so and you have to be really careful not to get burnout. You know what I mean? Because that's what happens sometimes. You get burned out, with in the ADHD mind. You know what I mean? It's so hard to run. If you so like I know all of our neotypical traders in here. I wish I was one of you. Can I ask you a question? What is it like to sit in a quiet room and not hear things? Like what's that feel like? Like, anybody else got a guy, someone in there that just won't shut up? You know what I mean? You're like, can I do, can you please, please? So humorous. Narrow means out, wide means in. The only play that's versatile are the 6th level plays. They can be out or in either range. So, so this is one of the important things to really get in touch with if you have ADHD or if you're, I think really all stock traders, consciousness, right? Awareness. What is that? What is consciousness? What is awareness? Right? When we talk about consciousness or awareness, right? Who are you, to quote the caterpillar? Right? Who are you? If you were to go to a monk or something like that, or some enlightened spiritual person, their answer or their response to that question with who are you is the answer is I am the one who observes. Right? You're not your hands, right? Your hands are here, but if you lose a hand, your hand is gone. But you're not you. You just don't have a hand. Right? So you are the one who observes. You're inside here. You're the one who sees the microphone and the different things. Right? Now, everyone who observes has a tour guide. Right? That tour guide, depending on how much ADHD you have, either has a megaphone or doesn't. Right? So one of the problems with having ADHD or being on the spectrum is so as you walk through life, you observe, but you don't like the observations get brought to you, right? You don't see everything, right? If you sit on your back porch, do you see everything or do you see what you're looking at? Right? Well, what focuses you on what you're looking at? Right? That's that. Right? You are the one who observes everything. When you're aware and when you're conscious, you can see so much at the same time. But this voice often is there to focus and distract you in ways that are unnecessary. Like, for instance, the price started going against me there on RTY. That little guy back there for a second goes, oh man, that price is buying right there on that candle. What do you think about that? But then awareness looks at it and I go, I love this trade. It's a beautiful short. The volume looks like it pushes down. When I see large volume, it has trouble pushing up. We're making new lows. Like, I think this looks fantastic right now. But like, well, now it's getting, maybe you should take a partial. Maybe you should get out. Maybe you should get out. No, that's why when you trade, you use a system, right? It's your job to stay conscious while you're trading, to be aware, to interact with the market when you want to, not when you need to, right? To stay focused and actually execute your plan. Allow yourself to think after you're done trading, right? After you close your books for the day and you go back and you do your screenshots and you fill out your notes and doing all the things that you should be doing, right? Then, and only then, with data, 20 trades in a row without adjustment, right? Go through and look at the data and then make adjustments based upon purely the data. But the more you do this while you're trading, the more you listen to the observer, not being the one who is observing, right? Or being aware, but allowing you to become unfocused by allowing this voice, this anxiety, this scared part of yourself that's just natural, right? To take control of your decision-making process, that you will have a significantly longer amount of time in your trading journey than someone who does otherwise, right? So when it comes down to it, the trading journey itself, I think, is conquered the fastest by someone who is emotionally aware and involved. So getting us ready for tomorrow with Dr. V. I hope everyone comes in here, has fun. We'll look forward to seeing you all there. I hope everyone has a great rest of your trading day. And as always, people, keep it green. No music. It's like, all right, what do we do to make this less awkward? Hold on. How do I make this less awkward? Um, I mean, I can just do this all day. I mean, I don't know. I'm just having fun. Are you still here? Umberto's leaving. Like, I don't know what to do at this point. Like, I mean, I'm still short. Hold on, I'm gonna message Carlos. Hold on, let me message him. Miss you. I'm here. I'm here till Carlos gets back. I think Carlos is at lunch right now. So oh man, that's funny. Oh, Umberto, that's amazing. Oh, we'll wait for you, Carlos. He'll be here in a minute. Look at this dope reversal off of this long cut for the short, heading back down. Look at this beautiful trend line. I learned to draw trend lines from the master. I wish we had a little bit more bid on RTY. We're having a little bit of an issue here. We're starting to bring in a little bit too much ask on RTY. I'm gonna hang here till Carlos gets here and gives me the boot. Why not? I don't care. I have a mentee at like in like 10 minutes, but I'm sure he'll be here before then. I don't know. It's not really in trend yet for me. Like for me, it needs to move away and then come back and then make like a new high. You know what I mean? Like for me, like this isn't really the start of a trend. Like this would be more of like a micro trend at best. You know what I mean? For me, it needs to move for a little while before I feel good about that. All right. Hey everybody, it's gonna be a hard cutoff, so bye. Carlos is gonna be like, "Mm, mm."